How's it going, everyone? We are now live, and I would like to welcome everyone who is watching to the Sci Fi Society Podcast, Volume 8. And joining me, as always, my guest, my brother from another mother, Jedi Granville, Walter Lavelle Ross, and we will be covering in this podcast one of my favorite animes that I've been wanting to get. You can ask Walter. I've been wanting to get this one out of the just out of the way so much. And we are gonna cover the anime series from Netflix, Record of Ragnarok. And it's a manga, like most people will know, it's a manga. And I just love Japanese anime, and we love Japanese anime. And there was I try to get some other people on, and Preacher Linwood will probably jump on soon, but I'll shoot him an invite. I'll shoot him the invite as we go on through this podcast. But like I said, I mean, thank you for everyone who's watching, and if anybody's watching. So, Walt, my brother, man, we finally gonna get this freaking live stream going.
Yes.
And yeah, man, just. Well, like I said before, it's one season, so it's not very long, which is a good thing. You don't want too much of a long season and stuff like that. So, but I just before we get to it, man, before we really start getting down to breaking it down, I just wanted to ask Walter. Yeah, I know I didn't seem like I pushed it on you, but I know that I said, check it out, give it a watch, and I want to get your info and your input on what you thought about it once you got to watching it and getting through it and everything.
Right. Well, like I say, it wasn't a push; it was just a suggestion that you made. And I love anime just as much as anyone, but I love anime when it has a concurrent. Something that captures me to want to like it, because actually when I first started watching this, I was like, okay, I can see it, I can feel it, but I didn't really partake into it too much, first going in. And as it progressively, the first time watching it, I was kind of like, okay, I'm not liking it, I'm kind of getting the vibe of it. But I realized after doing a second watch of it, a really breakdown, really watching it, I realized I didn't really watch it. I watched it, but I didn't watch it. But in terms of who are these people? What is their deal? What is their agenda? What is something that's driving them to do what they're doing? And as I kind of mentioned before, the fact that why are the gods wanting to do a human extermination with the humans? But then you realize what they're saying is, okay, that's on point. That makes sense. That's exactly why we need to get rid of these human beings. And I realized, in ways that we look at things now, it's actually kind of, I ain't gonna say it should be, but it's kind of just in what they're saying. Because it's like human beings, we're fucking up shit. We always do dumb shit. We act like children. And it's like, why not with these guys who are malevolent and everything, omnipotent, why not take us out? So after looking at that, I realized, okay, I can see why they would want to do that. But I realized as I started to watch it, it's there's more to it than just with the gods. And then when we see the humans, there's more to them than just what we're seeing. And it's just oh man, it comes to make you realize, when you watch anime like this, you come to appreciate the time and effort they put into making a good kind of storyline in terms of the characters. Because if the characters are boring, yes. It's like any movie, really anything that you watch in any arena, if it's boring as shit, you're gonna lose your interest. And here, no, this wasn't boring as shit. This was oh shit, this is off the chain kind of shit right here. This is. Yeah. But that's my kind of a take on it. And like I say, after the second viewing of it, really watching it, I realized, okay, this is hardcore shit, man. I'm just like, okay, I'm getting it now. I understand it now, So, and like I say, any anime that's done well, I'll go with it. But if it's not done well, you can I'll tell you in a heartbeat. It's like I ain't with it, So
Yeah, no, exactly. And then it's just like you said, like, and when I mentioned it, it's kind of like, oh, there we go. We got Kaiju Pimp Daddy Goodness showing that support. What is up? Yep. The
okay, Kai,
Sci-Fi Society
what's up, bro?
family. What is up, bro? Yeah, I mean, no, but you're it's like I said, it's like we talked about, man. You can only do something like this with anime. Like, you
Yeah,
can only make this like with anime. The plot is sometimes it's bonkers. Like, don't get me wrong. Some of this stuff, when you watch it, it's bonkers, but it works with anime.
that's
So
the thing, and that's a good thing you point out. They some of the things in here are if you look at any anime, some of the things in there are just like, okay, did they just do this? Did they just do that? I'm like, okay, it's totally off the wall. And I guess that's the thing about anime. They make it work. They make it work to where it's like, well, it's crazy, but you're invested in it, and I appreciate that. Yeah, what's up, Sci-Fi? What's up, Kaiju Goodness? You doing okay?
yeah.
Hey, all this, that's what we love. Support, baby. I love it. Yeah. But like I say, just to finish off though,
Mhm.
the fact that good anime or anime in general, and I've seen many of them, in my time, and I guess that's the thing about me, I thought that I was watching them, but as I said before, like this one, I didn't really watch it the first time. I mean, kind of just like, okay, let's get to the action. But I feel like and I think this comes with maturity as I've gotten older, characters are always a thing that drives a good narrative. And something like
Exactly.
this, it's over the top. They take little bits of anything of old, and make it kind of new. But the thing is, the characters in this anime is the thing that drives me to want to watch, because I want to know what's going to happen next and why are they doing these things to these extremes. I mean, because I feel like I said, it's like it almost comes like an addiction watching it, because I'm like, is this going to be what I think it's going to be? Because if it's going to be disappointing, it's like I don't want to watch it no more. But when it
Yeah.
shows you something and more, it's like, okay, now you got me going, and now I want to go on and say what's going to happen next. So,
Yeah, exactly.
exactly.
No, exactly. And it's like, yeah, man. It is something. Well, like you were saying, it's anime, but for me, it's like, because I have a fighting background. I have a warrior mentality. I love any kind of epic movies when it comes to, say, even battle, gladiators, the Romans, samurai, the three dynasties, that kind of thing is something I thrive off of it, because I kind of, it's just like you said, it's film, and it's entertainment, but it takes it back, to the point where they especially in the anime, where they start breaking down, they start giving little stories, little backstories on all of these characters.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like I said, man, they add Lu Bu. Like I said, we'll get to it. They bring Lu Bu, who is one of the best, well-known warlords of China, and he
Right.
goes against who we all know. We're gonna say, who anybody who is watching and knows about it, the
Yeah.
fucking god of thunder, Thor.
Right.
So I'm like, and I swear to God, I'm gonna say, like, when I first saw it, I was like, I didn't even know it was Thor. I didn't think in my mind it was Thor. But then when I saw the huge hammer, freaking hammer's bigger than he is,
Yeah.
and then I'm like, and they mentioned Lu Bu, because even when I first saw it, I was like, okay, I've heard of Lu Bu, but I didn't. I had to dig deep, and I had to do some research. And I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, Lu Bu is, like I said, from the three dynasties. It's from the three dynasties, a warlord in ancient China, who was he was a pillager. He was a, you know the kind of person you do not want to see on a battlefield. Like, you do not.
Mm-hmm.
That's a person you do not want to look at. And
Savage.
exactly, yes, exact barbaric, in
Mm-hmm.
other words. And then they add Thor, and they throw, oh, Thor. They said that when I heard Mjolnir, I'm like, whoa, Mjolnir. And then he said Thor, and I'm like, man. And you know what, they did such a good job, Walt, on separating this version of Thor from MCU Marvel, they separated it very, very well, man, and
See
gave him.
that.
Go
But
ahead,
that
go
was
ahead.
what I was going to say. That's the thing they did with the characters. I mean, they took in, like things like Thor or, Loki or anything. They took it and made it their own, reinvented them, which I say that's a great thing. Reinvent these things to where it's like, oh, it's like, this is kind of like, MC run version or what. No, this is totally their thing, because when you see Mjolnir, that's that's a car he's holding up, dude. That ain't no damn hammer. That's a fucking car. Okay, that's an automobile. He's like, that's a hammer. That's no damn hammer.
The hammer is bigger than him.
Yeah.
The hammer is, and then he grabs one hand and he lifts it up like nothing.
I'm just like, okay, I know he's strong, but dude, dude, I mean, if it was a house, that'd be like, okay, now you're going way overboard. But I mean, just the size of it lets me know, like, okay, this is a powerful bitch, this hammer is. And like I say, seeing something like a version of Thor in this, I realized that these creators, behind it and everything, they're taking, like I say, the essence of something we've heard multiple times over and over again, and say, we're not just going to give you the same old dull shit. I mean, not to say it wasn't dull, but we're not going to just repeat like any franchise. We're going to make this character our own, and we're going to hit you in the face with it, because we're mixing mythology, legends, some real stuff all together, and knowing that we put Thor with Lubu together, and it's like, oh shit. I mean, and the thing is, when I'm watching this, I'm like, what's really going to happen? But then when you realize what's going to go down, it's like, okay, now we're cooking with Crisco what we're going to do here. So I'm like, all right. So, and I'm glad that they do this so well, as you say, so well. What's up, Brian?
Brian Sanchez, man. Hey, welcome to the stream, bro. Appreciate the support with Jedi Granville, my brother, my partner in crime, dude. Like, he's my partner. And
right.
we're just getting down on, but it's true, man. I mean, and even with Brunhilde, they added all. They add Zeus, Odin, Shiva, the god, the Hindu god of destruction, and it's like, and then they bring Athena and Ares, Hermes,
and can we say Aphrodite for a second?
Yeah, and go ahead.
I was going to say, Aphrodite. This is anime, though. Anime is always going to have the characters either jacked up like shit, or they're going to have the female characters with the biggest tatas on the planet.
Oh, man.
And Aphrodite, dude.
Don't even get me started with that shit. Don't even get me started with that, man.
I'm a person. I'm a breast man myself. Her breast could feed like 15 people. I mean, at least. And when she look, and to show how big, she has these statues holding them up, and I'm just like, that's a good support there.
They're propping her boobs like that. Like, yeah, don't touch them. Don't touch them. Leave them alone.
But yeah, bring it in these. But like I say, bringing in these mythological gods in here, I was just like, wow, But as I say, they give them their own twang, give them their own taste of what they're gonna do, and it's just crazy. And like I say, when you see Zeus, he's this old fart. He's just somebody who's who he is. But that's the thing about Zeus. Like some other characters here, don't underestimate them, because
exactly
you look at them as a joke at first glance, but then when you turn your head and you get sucker punched by what's coming next, it's like, oh, okay, I didn't really pay attention. I need to keep my eyes and awareness open right now, because Zeus turns out to be a problem more than we think he is.
Bad motherfucker, bro. Bad. Hey, they don't call him. They don't call him the way call it. They don't call him the Zeus, the god, the god of all gods, bro. He's the ruler of Olympus. They don't just Zeus is not for whatever, bro. Even though, and you're right, man. I mean, like, I mean, it's bonkers sometimes. You think about it, it's bonkers when we watch this. But then with anime, it's just they make it work, and they made it work. And that's what, like I'm saying, like, and you were saying, like, Zeus. I mean, Zeus is a freaking skinny motherfucker, like, skinny as fuck. But then when it gets down to the nitty gritty, bro, it's like, oh man, I'm gonna put you in your place. I am the what do you call it? The Godfather. He's the Godfather of the gods. They call him the Godfather of the gods. So
remember, look, remember when he told Shiva, the Shiva. I'm saying his name wrong. Shiva, when he said, "You gonna replace me? You gonna take this fight?" He said, "The second fight is fine. The second challenge is mine." He keeps telling him this 3 times, and she was about to say, "Man, I'm about to whip your old ass." Zeus said, "Put just one hand on him," and he was like, "What the?" He's like,
"Yeah.
Second round is mine." I was just like, he said that so calmly. I was like, okay, Zeus is not this motherfucker to be messed with. He's not to be taken lightly. He is somebody who's serious, So it lets you know the characters in here. Yeah, they may seem like weak and frail. It's almost like Yoda, in Star Wars. You think he's, this is small rabbit, lizard little thing. Don't get that twisted. He's somebody who could be a total badass if you don't watch it. You watch Blindside coming like it, just bam. And this is the same way with Zeus. He's like that. He's that kind of character.
Now, man, and like I said, now we'll get into the characters. We'll get into the story. Like you said, humanity, we fuck everything up. We're good at fucking everything up. That's just the way it is. And the gods know this. They know it. They're like, you know what? Let's just wipe them out. And Shiva, like they start holding up the, do you agree or not agree? And Shiva's like, both. He puts 2 X's, like, fuck the fucking human race, bro. He's like, fuck them, let them die. Let's just fucking let's take them out.
Be done.
And then like I said, it was Aphrodite. I'm sorry, I said Athena. No, it's Aphrodite. You're right, it's Aphrodite. And I mean, and then they're all they're all calling it. They're calling it. It's like a literal court case. It's like a court case. It's like a gathering. Of all the gods, of every single god, any single god that has ever been known in human mythology,
right?
They're all there, and they're saying, okay. Then comes in, of course, Brunhilde, who is, we know in Norse mythology, she's a Valkyrie. She's very, even I did a little digging, very little digging, but I did just enough to say that even, especially in Norse mythology, Brunhilde is a fucking pain in everybody's ass. She's stubborn. She doesn't give a shit. She'll say what she wants. She does what she wants. And she comes in and says, hey, well, you know what? Before they call before Zeus calls the final, verdict, Brunhilde's like, hold on a second. She comes out of nowhere, nonchalant. It's like, I have another proposal. Instead of wiping them out, why don't we, as gods or whatever we are, let's give them one more chance to prove themselves.
Right.
And then she calls out Ragnarok. She says, let's give them a chance to redeem themselves. And of course, Gaul, her little sister Gaul, bro. Gaul is like, dude, I'm not gonna lie, man. You need a character like that. You need a character that's comic relief. That's
you do.
Nutty stupid at the same time. Yeah. But okay, like, trust me, if Gaul wasn't there, it would be boring as fuck if she wasn't there.
I think it would, yeah.
But
because there are moments with her that come out that is like, yeah, she's almost like a kind of a signaling of the audience who's watching. It's like, you okay? Kind of say, and like you say, because when she cries, she's like, oh, why is it? She's so over the top, and you need, because like I say, you need that comment, you need that relief from what's coming, because some of these things that's going to happen, it actually gets kind of
brutal. It gets brutal. Very brutal, very like this anime it does everything. It'll make you laugh. It'll make you think, what the fuck are we doing? And it'll be like, it gets real. Like, it gets like, okay, motherfucker, we're gonna get serious about this shit.
Right.
And that's what I really love about. That's what I really loved about it, man. Because like I said, it's off the walls, bonkers. But for some reason, they made it work, and that's why that's why it was so crazy. And then, like, now we'll get into, okay, what they're gonna, we're gonna get into the first battle, and Gaul and Valkyrie, Zeus were all introductions. Odin, bro, Odin is one of the nasty, mean-looking motherfuckers in this show, dude. And he's like, and even his two crows, dude. His two crows are also comic relief. I think it's it's Hunin and Munin. I think it's Hunin and Munin.
But I know they be talking shit all the time.
Yeah, like even these motherfucking crows, bro, are like adding to the story, and it's hilarious. Sometimes I laugh at myself, like, what the fuck? I'm like, what the fuck am I watching? But then they add the 2 cents, and it's like, it plays well with it. Like you were saying, it all goes because it's anime, because it's easy to put in there, you know. And then, okay, so leading up to this, I'll hand it off to you just so we can start when they start saying, okay, this is gonna be this and that. They go. But the good thing is, what I like about this, the pace wasn't bad. The pacing wasn't bad. The pacing was good. And yeah, man, and it's just. Well, I'll pass it to you so we can get into the introduction of who they show, because I remember you said when we first watched it, you're like, the anticipation got you, because you're like, who the fuck are they gonna choose? Who are they gonna choose to fight Thor? So from there, take it away, bro. Take it away, man.
And like I say, the first introduction with we bring in Thor, and we get that all out the way. You're thinking like, okay, they're gods fighting mortals, so like, who they gonna get? They choose. I don't even know if you could call him human, because he is this big lumberjack looking motherfucker, Lubu. And and like I said, and like you, I kind of did some digging around here, because you said he was a real person. I actually did some information on my little thing on him too, and I realized like, damn, I didn't realize how ruthless this guy was, What's up, Jake?
What's up, Jake?
Yeah.
Jake Paul. Welcome to the stream, brother.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Keep going.
But no. Getting back to him, though, we realized, and this is what's so great about this anime, too, the human characters, actually all the characters. That's just it's separate. Pinpointing them out. All the characters, they take the time to have backstories with these characters, and Lubu's no exception. They talk about him, how they show him from childhood to adulthood, how he was just like, I'm going to be this ruthless individual. I'm going to, challenge anybody, or whoever challenges me. I'm the greatest fighter on earth. I'm going to do this. I'm going to be this kind of person. Like that. This is a guy who's driven. He's driven to be this individual. Now, all that is good and great. He conquered and everything, and people who followed him, they follow him to the end and everything. But then it's where it becomes a problem for him. He's about to get, at this point, executed for something. And the thing is, it doesn't bother him. It doesn't bother him at all when he's about to get lynched in a way, because like, I'm so bored, because he fought. Look, he's fought so many people and beaten them. The thing is, he feels like there's no challenge anymore. Why am I'm actually bored living. I don't mind a quick death. I don't mind this. He really feels like I'm deserving of a death. I don't care about living anymore, because I've done all this shit. I've done everything that, is possibly human.
Yeah.
And knowing that this person really has that mindset when because like I say, somebody be scared, shitting bricks when they're about to get the life taken. He's like, just take me, man. Just do it, because
he says, God, just kill me already. This
Yeah,
fucking boredom is this boredom. I'm gonna fade into it. I'm gonna fade into existence on my own.
dude,
Like
he's really passionate with that. He is so passionate when he says this, and that makes me realize, like, damn. I mean, is that like any human being? But do you think about it? Yeah, there are some human beings on this planet who really think like that. Who feel like I've done all this. I'm but there's no challenge anymore. Where's the challenge? You know. So it makes and this is, like I say, this is taken for when we meet him, and everything. But this is after, when we get his backstory. I realize it's like, well, he's jacked up, and just like Thor, but Thor's way stronger. But then you realize when they show that backstory of him, then it makes sense why he's brought in to try to take Thor out. Try to take this competition out, because he's like, okay, this might be a good, opponent here. I might have something to actually, live to die for, just just be able to beat somebody, and it's like, this is crazy. He really wants to go toe to toe with this guy, because it's like, yes, because before he starts to fight Thor, he's get this.
yeah.
He's really like, I'm ready. I mean, he's putting on his game face, dude. He's like, rawr. I'm like, hey, you see how they do it in anime? Because they do it better in anime, in live action.
Exactly.
In anime, they show his thirstiness, his thirsty desire, his passion to say, I want to do this. I want to fight this. I want to do this. And I'm like, damn, and and I realized that's how passionate he is about this. Because, like I say, he's done all the shit, but knowing he can go against this guy and maybe win or maybe lose, I'm ready. And I'm ready to do this. And I'm like, that's crazy, but that's how some people are. Some human beings are. They really have that passion. Yes, they have that passion to say, yeah, I've done all this, but what's the challenge? And if you present this person with something that it really is a challenge, they're gonna go for it,
No, yeah, I know because I have that. Like I said, I have that mentality. Like growing up, being competition, stuff like that. I have that mentality where I want to, like, you want to test yourself. You want to say, okay, I can do this and do that. And like you said, Lubu, yeah, like Lubu was bored because he wiped out everybody. He killed everyone. Like any warriors that he had or whatever, or anybody he fought, he's like, I already beat them all. Who's gonna fight me? Who's gonna do anything?
Yeah.
And he said literally, I mean, of course they're not going directly by the story, by that, but they're adding gasoline to it, saying, well, you know what? He was bored, so he wanted to die. So he said, fuck it, kill me. I'm the strongest motherfucker on the planet. So I mean, I've already beaten this army, that army, this and that. So just kill me already. Like I'm bored. I'm bored with being alive. So just fucking kill me. And then what was crazy, like I said, when he comes out, he has that scar on his neck. Yeah. He has that scar because he already died. So it was a rebirth for him, because I'm pretty sure they didn't go into it, when they talked to him, like, Brunhilde, the Valkyries didn't talk to him, say, what we want you to fight Thor, this and that. He's like, I don't care. He's like he came back from the dead and be like, look, man, you're gonna fight Thor. And he's like, thank you. Give me purpose. Give me purpose in my life. And I can tell Lubu, even like I said, as an anime story and as a fighter, he knew that he probably couldn't beat him, but he did it anyway.
Right.
See, and he did it anyway. He's like, go ahead.
I was just going to add, it's like defeat didn't scare him. That didn't scare him at all.
Not even dead. Not even dead scared him.
See, that is, like I said, he be like, man, come on. I got nothing to go for. So I was like, if he got defeated, he was still, look, even he was like, an honorable death. I'm good, but just knowing that he fought him, or he's about to fight him, it's like, yes, I mean, this might be a good challenge. You know, like that's the thing with him. You know, it's like as I say, he was so passionate about that. He makes you think like this person. You know, if he dies, so be it. You know, that's how he looked at it. You know,
exactly, man, exactly. Give me a second, Walt.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, because Linwood might jump on, but let me I just want to shoot him the invite. But no, man,
Yeah.
but it's you're right, man. It's so like I said, it's off the walls. It's off the walls, bonkers kind of shit, bro. But
Yeah.
it works, and that's when we get into the battle. And I mean, just the lead up to the fight, dude, was intense. And Lubu comes in on the red hair. He comes in on the red hair, the freaking the horse and everything. And I mean, and then they do the intros, and Thor's just nonchalant, dude. Thor's like, I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna kill this motherfucker either way.
He's so like just
yeah,
like
he's like, I'm gonna kill this motherfucker, even though I don't care how strong he is. I'm gonna kill him. He's nothing. He's nothing. He's nothing. And Lubu had sharp teeth, bro. Motherfucker has sharp teeth.
That's the thing I meant to mention. He has these teeth that are like razor sharp, and I'm just like, okay. And then I thought that was just for the anime, but I mean, it probably was. But the thing is,
yeah. But he, like, even like I said, when I did the little backstory and the history on him, yeah, he was a ruthless motherfucker, dude. Lubu was ruthless. Like, he was ruthless, dude. Honestly, when Brunhilde chose this guy, she knew what she was doing, man. She knew what she was doing, because nobody else could be able to fight a fucking berserker monster like Thor. I mean, come on, dude. I mean, and then she was already thinking to myself, and even Lubu knew. I think even Lubu in his mind knew, like, okay, this is fucking Thor. I don't care. I'm gonna fight him. Even if I lose, if I die, I don't care. I'm gonna fight him. And then now getting into the battle, they start off and they do the look down, they look to stare down and everything, and Lubu gets his famous weapon, which is the halberd,
which is combined by one of the Valkyries. Let's not forget
one of the Valkyries it's called Volender. It's called Volender. It's an enchantment. It's an enchantment from the Valkyries, who become they become one with the humans. With the weapons and the human they're with. So they go all in, and they use Rangriz, which is the red-haired Valkyrie, and she went in there not even reluctant. She's like, you want me to kill motherfucking Thor? I'm gonna fucking kill Thor. That's it. And yeah, man, and that's what I'm saying. Like it was so well done as an anime, and remember, it's a manga too, so it comes from a comic book, so It's also for manga, so it just works together. And Rangriz, they do the whole thing, they do the whole backstory on everything. So Rangriz is doing this. Okay, Lubu already knew, was like, okay, yeah, you know what, I'm gonna do this, and then what does Lubu do? Start off, walks right up to Thor and fucking tries to hit him with the freaking halberd, dude. Like, no questions asked. They do the stare down, and he just grabs it, and he freaking just goes right after Thor. Is like, writes that shit down, and Thor, of course, blocks it. Yeah. And then Lubu's like, is that it? And then Lubu starts getting into it, and then he shoves it off, and then Thor looking like a little bit like amazed. He's like, he was pushed off, like, oh shit, this motherfucker, what the hell is this? And remember, just a little just to let everybody know, the gods did not know about that at first. Remember?
About the Valkyrie information
about the Valkyrie, yes, about Volender, about the enchantment. They didn't know about it. Remember?
Yeah, I know.
Even Zeus, it took Zeus a while to realize, hey man, how the hell these fuckers? How the hell is Lubu even standing, like, even going, like, keeping up with Thor? Yeah. And he's like, how the hell is a mortal keeping up with the supposedly the most powerful god, who is Thor? And how is he lasting? How is he maintaining, or how is he even keeping up? And then it's later down the line they explain it, and then they go through Thor's backstory, they go through Lubu's backstory, and it's like, and then because, like, trust me, anybody who's watching, even if it's the homies, whatever, the anime does tend to start off like I told Walter. It's a slow burn. It's a slow burn in the beginning.
Right, exactly. A very
It's a
slow
slow
burn.
burn. So, but once the fighting starts, that's when it gets in. It's when it gets interesting, and then Lubu wastes no time. Goes right after Thor, and it's like, man, and then and Thor and Lubu are going at it back and forth, and they're like thinking, man, how is this mortal, keeping up with a fucking god?
Yeah.
So, and that's where they explain it midway into the battle of the first episode, and now when they jump into the second episode, that's where Thor and Lubu are really starting to go at it, and yeah, so but yeah, man, but I'll just explain this before I pass it over to you, Jedi Granville. When they start the second episode, they're right at it, man. They're like right at it. Like Lubu and Thor are just going at it and everything, and Thor, like you said, Thor's nonchalant, man. He's nonchalant. He doesn't even acknowledge this person as a worthy opponent.
Well, yeah.
So but then Thor and does one of his most they go through the backstory of Thor, how Asgard, and when the Jotuns, the frost giants, invade Asgard, try to take over, and even I forgot his name, man. I forgot his name. I think it was Farbauti. No, it wasn't Farbauti. It was another because they add, like, anybody who's watching, they add little bits of history or historians or characters from history to the episodes, which is cool also.
Yeah.
So I forgot his name. But he was a scholar, well-known scholar in Norse mythology. And he's the one with the glasses, the one that keeps cheering on Thor. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I forgot his name, man. But I should have.
Did he have a name? I don't remember. I'm sorry.
Yeah, because they're very vague. They're very vague with the introductions of these characters. And sometimes like the least well known ones.
Okay.
And then then trust me, we'll get to Lubu. We'll get to Lubu's what do you call it? His cheerleader. We'll get to him later. But yeah,
right.
Yeah, we'll get to his cheerleader later, bro. But yeah. But no, they start off, and then Thor's like, I'm gonna end this real quick. Even Odin's crows, Hunin and Munin are like, this is in the bag. We got this. It's over. Whatever. Thor's gonna toy with this motherfucker. So Thor does one of his ultimate freaking, like, ultimate moves, and then it lights up the whole Coliseum, bro. Like, it almost destroys half the stuff in there. And then Thor is looking like, yeah, I just finished him. And then what happens? The hammer moves.
Yeah.
And then Lubu props up freaking Mjolnir and then uses the halberd and cuts fucking Thor across the chest. And even Thor's like, what the fuck just happened?
Mm-hmm. He's astonished by that, No, I'm saying he's astonished by. He's like, what the hell? He just cut me. I mean, it's like, no, nobody can cut me. It's like, and he like I say, he really thinks, like, oh, there's no way this mortal could have done this. No, he just cut your ass, bitch. You think you're all tough and bad? No, he's got a what you call a little handle on himself, and like I say, I gotta get this out of the way quick. Go ahead, his cheerleading. I can't even get to his cheerleader. The one who's really making praise. His I guess I will say second in command.
He was one of his advisors. I think his name was Cho. Keep going. I'll look it up.
Like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and say, when he sees him battling him, and they say, "My liege," and he's literally snot crying and everything when he's saying these things, and his older men, they're drumming, beating the drums, cheering them on and whatnot, and I'm just like, God, dog, I mean, they really are going. I mean, but that's the thing. Lubu is more of an more of a a contestant to Thor than Thor thought he was. And even the guys was like, because guys be talking like, wait a minute, how did this mortal do this? Even the mortal, even the guys are saying, how did this mortal do this? The mortal no mortal can take up to a god or anything like that. That's impossible. Yeah, that's because the mortals have what you call a thing in their pocket that's helping them out. And like I say, you hear this from Hermes, you hear this from Aphrodite, you hear from other guys, saying, what the fuck, but I know for a fact, Aphrodite says, I'm kind of impressed. Or was that? No, it was Adam. Sorry, we're getting ahead of ourselves. Yeah. But the thing is, dude, it was just something crazy hearing, his cheering squad in the background giving him pep and letting him know that, hey, you are still the baddest in the bunch, and and this is what makes Lubu. I don't think necessarily, cocky. I just think he's like, oh man, that might be a way that I can take this person down. But it's a challenge for me because he's really bringing out the big guns in terms of trying to strike me down, And I'm just like, man. And I think if I'm not mistaken, I think his horse was in the background, kind of cheering him on also with this. And I'm just like, man, it's just crazy. But I think I got lost from that point to what happens next with Thor when he decides to do something even extra crispy to Lubu that it's like, wow, okay, this is coming up next, And when it does, I'm probably skipping ahead, but he decides to take off this glove that's on his hand, and somebody was asking. I think it was one of the pros.
It was yarn. Yeah, it was yarn gripper. Yarn graper. It was yarn graper. Okay. Yeah, yarn graper. They're gloves. Yeah.
He was saying that they were saying, why are you taking off the glove? He's not taking off the glove to.
Look at Kevin.
Well, yeah, probably so. I'm a lot smarter too. For some reason.
Yeah, man. I mean, yeah, Kevin, you're right, bro. You're right, man. You're right, man.
You're right about that. But no, he takes off that damn glove, and I'm thinking, okay, he's taking off the glove. What the hell, When he drops it, it dents the ground that they're standing on. I was like, because it was Zeus, or was it Zeus, or one of the guys saying that, what's up, DJ?
DJ Anubis, what is up, brother? It's hey, man, you're tearing it up, bro, with Samurai and all that, man. So glad you're putting that work in, brother. And thank you for joining the stream, man.
Yes, we're having fun though. Thanks,
DJ Anubis, man, and bro.
DJ,
but keep doing your thing.
Will you do another stream, man? Hopefully we be on it because I want to be on it again too.
Exactly. Oh hell yeah! But go ahead. Well,
but no, getting back to the storyline is the fact the glove was actually kind of suppressing his actual full strength power because he's actually more powerful than we think he is. Thor is. So when he picks up the hammer, I think it's between then and there where we find out Mjolnir. It's not just a hammer. It's a living thing. It's actually a living entity that is actually like, because when you see the thing kind of crackle and break open a little bit, size like, it's like, I was like, what the fuck is this shit? Like I've never seen a Mjolnir do this, come to life in terms of it's pulsating, it's breathing, it's like, and it shows like, oh no, this is a hammer that's not just a mere, inanimate object. It's a thing. When I say
entity. It's its own entity. Like
its own thing. It's kind of like
it threw me off. Hey, well, I didn't mean to interrupt, bro, but it threw me off too, man. It threw me off. Like, what the fuck? Like, what? Like, Mjolnir has its own. It has its own mindset. Like, it has its own. Like, it's its own entity and own character. And I'm like, what the fuck? And then that's when Brunhilde and Gola start like, oh shit, what? He hasn't done this in ages and eons that he unleashes. In other words, Mjolnir is becoming like it wakes up and says like, look, man, Thor, this motherfucker is a lot stronger than you think, man. And you're taking it you're not taking it seriously. And
Yeah.
that's when then Mjolnir is like, no, I'm gonna start doing it. And that's when they say, like, even Thor, when Thor looks at Mjolnir after what Lubu, because Lubu, like I said, Lubu just sliced freaking Thor over the chest, man. And
Yes.
Thor just goes, he takes his blood, he throws it on the floor, and he's like, so you cut me. What are you gonna do about it, motherfucker? What are you gonna do? And then that's what I mean, man. They play on it, and then and then Thor uses, says, even tells Mjolnir, bro, oh, rise and shine, sleepyhead. I'm glad you woke up.
Yes.
And he's like, are you ready? He looks at, he's like, are you ready to really get this shit over with?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, oh, dude, that.
The crazy thing is, but I was going to say, the crazy thing is the way Lubu was going. I realized that the gods are gods, but I'm thinking, like, when Thor gets sliced, I figure, and some other things, I figure he might have an advantage in terms of he might actually win this. Not that he cared if he did win or lose. He was like, oh man, I actually did something to this guy. But knowing that what comes next, what comes in the next round, I don't know what can I say, what comes after this, when Mjolnir comes to life and they say Thor, and they really get it done, you realize, like, okay, we're really going to do something now. And this is where I'm like, oh God, we're going to have to do something that I was not thinking it was going to happen. Thor pretty much, this is a bad pun. Thor basically disarms Lubu, takes both his arms, big tree trunks, takes them off. Just knocks them off with Mjolnir, And you see, and I think, I'm pretty sure that he kind of steps to him, he brashes him down where his legs pretty much get kind of crushed in a way, but it doesn't really bother Lubu in a sense, because he's like, okay, you're giving me something. All right, you doing this to me, but I'm still standing, motherfucker, And then this is where.
Oh yeah. Wait, yeah. No, hold on. I know where you're getting at, but like, okay, I'm gonna reference on that just to let everybody else know who's watching before we get to that. Thor and Lubu. Okay, Lubu fucking cuts Thor across the chest, yells and laughs in a sinister laugh, bro. He's like, you think just because you're a god, you think just because of this you ain't shit. He's laughing in Thor's face.
Yes.
He laughs in Thor's face. He said, okay, motherfucker, he's okay, whatever, you're a god. Hey, I got this. I just sliced you across your fucking chest. So you're nothing. Like Lubu's laughing, and then that's when, like I said, Thor starts taking more seriously, and he starts, okay, now Thor went from, okay, now I'm nonchalant to, I'm not gonna underestimate this fucker again. So Thor does not make the same mistake twice. So he's like, okay, I'm gonna do this. And then he actually throws Mjolnir. He throws Mjolnir at Lubu. Lubu ducks back, does a freaking back like this, boom, looks back. Right. And then he comes back up, and his face is burning. Face is burning on fire. Yeah. And he just laughs and smiles at Thor, and he goes after Thor. But what, like you said, before we get to that, before what you were talking about, he doesn't know that Mjolnir's coming right behind him.
Yes, that's what. That's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah. And then he jumps, and he's using the halberd, his weapon, using it, and then he barely notices last minute, and he jumps out of the way, and then he freaking hits it. He hits Mjolnir with his own weapon, and it makes him twist. And then that's when he notices, and then he's like, but Lubu's already in the red, bro. Lubu's like, oh fuck, I'm gonna kill this motherfucker. I'm gonna go after him. And then right when it comes back to Thor, Thor catches Mjolnir, big ass fucking Mjolnir. Uses the momentum of the throw, and then that's when he freaking pounds it on. It's called Girod. It's called Girod. The move is called Girod, the Hammer of the Gods. And he thinks he's gonna kill Lubu, but for some reason, like you said, we'll get to that part. Lubu catches and fucking blocks this motherfucking thing.
Yes.
He blocks it, but at the sacrifice of his fucking shins, of his feet.
Yes.
I don't care. I don't care. Like they even said it. I don't care how how powerful of a superhuman he may have been. This is fucking Thor.
Yes.
So Thor, like now, like I said, I'm just getting everybody caught up to speed.
Up with that, right? Exactly.
Yeah,
because that's the thing. He catches it, and people, and like I say, humans, gods, they're like, this motherfucker, caught this, But as you say, his shins, you see it, they are ravaged. They are pretty much damn near shit. They're pretty much caved in,
Yeah, shattered. He shattered. Freaking Thor, even though Lubu is powerful, him blocking that with the hammer strike, dude, it shattered his fucking shins, dude.
Mm-hmm.
It shattered his lower legs, dude, and he even Lubu, like, he's in pain, but he's like, fuck no, I'm not in pain, but he's in pain, and he's like, fuck no, nah, nothing, that's nothing. And then and everybody who was watching go, his cheerleader was named Dong Zhu.
Okay.
That was his cheerleader's name, and he's like, my liege, and I'm like, oh my god, dude! I started laughing my ass off. I mean, you're trying to get into it, be serious, but then this motherfucker goes, my liege, and I'm like,
when he does that, my liege, I'm like, dude, come on now. I mean, I get what you're doing, but that's taking me, but I realize how he looks up to Lubu. And knowing that he's a trusted warrior and leader, so he's got to make that kind of announcement and make you let him know, it's like, my liege, you are the man, you basically the man in that sense,
Yeah.
So he's got
like I said, we're getting to this part where towards the end of the first fight, and yeah, man, I mean, like Lubu's he's at Thor's mercy, man. He's at Thor's mercy now, because even Lubu still, dude. Even though Lubu knows he's hurt, dude, he still stares at Thor and doesn't even show no pain, no remorse, no fear, nothing.
Right.
Like nothing, dude. Like he's all up here and he's like, I don't care. I don't have many more shins, but I'm gonna find a way to kill you. He's like he's like that's where it starts getting more bonkers, but it works. And it works.
Exactly.
And then,
he's taking all the things that he's feeling right now, and he's like, say, regrouping and say, I'm going to take every effort, no matter how, if I got to crawl, swim, or whatever, to take this guy out, because that just shows how determined he is. He's really come to that point, yeah, exactly. I mean, you see it, look, seeing someone's shin, look, it could be your arms, whatever, but seem like when your shins, the legs get snap. I mean, think of misery 10 times over. That's is worse than that. So, but that's crazy, dude.
And see, that's what I mean. And Lupu's still staring at him. He's still staring at him. And he's still like he's not submitting. He's not submitting. Like, no, I'm not gonna submit. Even though you shattered my feet. So, and then you take it away from here. Who jumps in? Who jumps in to help Lubu?
That would be no. That was that's his
the red hair.
Red hair. I mean, even red hair. And that's the thing about this. You wouldn't think an animal would be passionate, but red hair is passionate, and he goes to help him, and they do go. Just before I explain that, they explain that red hair and him were an unfeasible match. Kind of like the Lone Ranger and Silver. Yeah. Red hair is just like, you want to take this guy out some kind of way, I'm going to help you. He's picking him up, and get him on his back and everything. And he's going with his last breath, Lubu, because he's like, I'm not, look, I'm here. I might be, going to be taken out, but I'm going to go full blast. I'm going to put a 10-yard line on this, the 50-yard line on this. he goes, he does it, he's like,
Well,
he's
well,
determined.
they remember they go into the backstory of his most devastating move, which was called what? The Sky Eater.
Sky, that's what, yeah, yes.
The
The Sky,
Sky Eater, man. And the
mm,
Sky Eater, I mean, he went there for 3 months straight, just doing the same move over and over and
mm,
over until motherfucking Lubu had the power to separate the fucking clouds with this fucking thing.
yes, and it's a good thing you brought that up, because it's like, dude, knowing that because as I said, things had gotten so boring for him that, he's just like, I created something that I don't think any man, mortal wise, human being, can
Thank
do.
you. Thank you.
Split the heavens open, the clouds like that. And I was just like, man, dude. And like I say, he's so joyful about that when you see this, That's why I say that's the other thing about this series. We're in the battles, we're in the fights and everything, the tournament, but they still do these, I ain't gonna say awkward. I was gonna say you need these backstories to tell why
Exactly.
these are coming up. And when they show that, because at first that kind of not so much drove me off on that. It was more like, okay, why are they doing this? But when they show and explain in great detail why this is being happened, why they're showing this, he's like, oh shit, that makes sense, because he or she can use this against his opponent in some kind of way. And I'm just like, oh right, that's why it's called the Sky, split.
Sky Eater. Sky Eater. Sky
Yeah.
Eater. Sky Eater.
So
Yeah.
wow, so, and then I think that's what works for this kind of show too, knowing that the backstories don't, discrepant the regular storyline, the storyline we're looking at now is helping it out. It actually explains more, because you can do this easily, not talking about it, but when you show that this is what's going on and they take the time to explain it. Okay. So yes, Sky Eater moment was like his best incredible moment. And like I say, it was going to happen, but well, we know what was going to happen coming next. We know the moment of why, and how, and it's I don't even think I want to even say it, but I know it's a moment where Lubu got to live his most happiest moment. That's what it was. It came down to that. Yes, Lubu really came to the point in his life, and he lived not the fighting part, but when he was getting ready to do his final moment, he had the most happiest moment of his entire life. And I said to myself, it's like, wow, he's about to really, not go out like a bitch, but go out just knowing that I'm going out with a smile on my face, So when that moment was coming, you just like, you don't really feel bad for him, but at the same time, it's like, oh, I don't want to lose this guy, I don't want to lose this particular individual, but it's going to happen. It's got to happen. So,
dude, Lubu had a smile with those sharp ass teeth, bro.
yes.
Like, it's like he knew, like, you know what? He even said it. Like, remember in one of his backstories, he said it. He said, "Look, when he saw a lightning strike a tree right in front of him when he was young,
Mm-hmm.
he said up there they have to be the most powerful people. They have to be the most powerful beings in the world." And it's like they connect it. They connect everything, which is good. They connect everything. And Lubu going out, dude. When he did Sky Eater, bro, that was when they showed Thor and Lubu going when they both did it at the same time, and fucking Lubu and Thor were like, motherfucker, you're gonna fucking whatever, and big old explosion destroys the inside of the freaking Coliseum, and freaking Lubu and Thor's unscathed, dude, unscathed, but Lubu fucking his other hand is fucking gone. His fucking other hand is one of his hands is gone. The other one is falling apart, and he's bleeding. And Lubu, dude, just a warrior. Like, see, I kind of relate to this because I see it when all the competitions I did when I was growing up.
You don't
Ruthless,
stop.
don't stop. You do what you gotta do. You do what you gotta do, no matter what. Lubu fucking rips off his own hand
Yes.
and throws it on the floor, and he smiles. He smiles, ripping off he bites his own arm and rips it off.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, I know he got this, but yeah.
He rips it off and then he just spits it out, and then he looks at Thor with a smile, and Thor's looking at him like, and Lupu's just he knows he's done. He knows he's done. He knows he's done, but he just says, you know what? He looks at him. He says, you know what? This is the first time I've ever felt. This is the first time I've ever felt, ever, like you said. It's the first time I've ever felt complete. It's the first time I've ever felt content.
Because he really felt alive in this moment. He felt like I feel so, as you say, I feel complete. I feel cleansed, knowing that yes, this is what life is worth living, and he gets to live in this moment in just a few seconds to this honorable moment that he's just like, yes, this is what I've been waiting for, And I was just like, wow.
And I saw it, man. Like, well, I mean, I didn't get emotional. I was just like, yeah, like everything about me is like, fuck yeah, like this is the shit. Like any real person with a, like I said, like I'm not like I said, I'm not. I mean, this is 2022. This is reality, But like all my life, me all my life, I always had to bust my ass and work harder than everybody else to get what I wanted, and it's like I related to it. But it's like, cause come on, man. When you reach something that you reach your goal, nothing feels better than that. And that's how Lubu felt. And he knew he was gonna die. He fucking said, "Come on, I'm gonna fucking die." So I don't give a shit. Like you said.
But that's the incredible thing about that. With that moment, knowing that so many people go through their whole, and this is just referencing life in general in the world. People go through their whole life doing some mundane things, or they go to the point where they drive themselves to do something, but they never reach that pinnacle of their life, that grand moment where it's like, yes, this is what I've really wanted to make it happen. This is what I've been striving myself to achieve. And knowing that Lubu, even though, yes, and that's with anybody, they could be, like I say, they could fall out dead on the floor or whatever, but it's like, dude, I went to the max with this, and this is what I want. This is what, I mean, dude, let me not go too far, because I might kind of get teared up talking about it. But that's the thing, dude. I'm sorry. That's just how passionate that is, knowing that somebody has gone to that moment and they really have felt, yes, I've achieved this. I've done it. I didn't just half-ass it. I actually made this moment happen. And Lubu, he didn't care about death. Death was not even a thing to him. It didn't move him at all. All it did was make him realize, I'm going to have a good death, because I made a way in my life that made it. That's why I say, dude, I'm like I say, that's like I say, that's what anybody getting that kind of emotion, But like you say, I didn't necessarily tear up, but I mean, it got to me, And I realized exactly what you want.
Yeah, like, dude, like he even looked up when he ripped off his hand, and he was already dying. He ripped off his hand or whatever. But he said, he looked in the sky and he said, "I gave it everything I had."
Mm-hmm. See,
that to me, that just digs in, because everything that I do, man, everything you know me, everything I strive for, there has to be a beginning and an end. and he already knew, and he said, "Look, this my whole life I wanted to fight somebody like this, and I got my wish, and I died happy."
Right, because he been, like I say, he's been doing this since little kid,
Yep.
driving himself, doing this, and he really didn't achieve it. I mean, he was determined, he was driven, but knowing that he came to the last pinnacle that just paid off what he was wanting, it really makes you realize, like you say, with anybody who's saying, and I think that's what makes this work here for anyone like myself or you. You can feel that this is what needs to happen in terms of how you feel about life. It's like, I've done all these things, but I ain't done shit. I haven't achieved something. I haven't achieved something that I feel is worthy of, being exclaimed, anything.
Or justified, or something that justifies what
right,
you want.
That's the best word, justified.
Yeah.
But this justification here was it. And anybody can, like I say, anyone can cry, anyone can get emotional about it. But the thing is, you shouldn't have to cry. You should actually be happy knowing that this person was going out in a blaze of glory that he loved, and that's how you look at it.
No, go, keep going.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's basically it. He went. It's kind of like I say, he went out in a blaze of glory, not shooting up, but a blaze of glory that he felt he reached his, that's ultimate max.
His achievement. Yeah, he achieved his goal.
Yes,
he achieved his goal, and like I said, like people, anybody who's watching, I say, look, man, when you get into stuff like this, man, when you're like me and Walter, man, when you get into this, you get into it, man, because it's something we're passionate about. Anime, right. You're passionate about. We're passionate about Godzilla, anime, everything, entertainment. This is what we do it for. That's why, like, I get into it too. Like Walter was saying, I know what it's like, because I know what it's like to lose something. I know what it's like to work your ass off and feel like you achieve nothing. But this, and then what I love about it though is that even though it gets to a serious point and a serious level, Lubu goes after Thor like he's gonna fucking eat him up, and then Thor just boom, his head goes, he obliterates his head, and that's where we get back down to the anime style, and that's where they have to now they have to go back and level it out. They gotta level it out, but dude, you cannot say that was not funny when Lubu having no hands, no arms, and then Thor just goes like that, and then Lubu's like, and then Thor just he obliterates his head, dude. He knocks it, he destroys his head, dude.
Yes, I mean that's that. I mean, it look it you have to have that relief of humor to kind of like, it's like, because like you say, when you see something like that and you feel like it's passionate with you, but you're like, okay, we gotta kind of bring it back down to where it's like, okay, don't get up here. It's only an anime, it's entertainment. It makes you realize, like, when he does that, it's like, if he does it, like I say, his face goes his face goes super. It goes overboard with the crazy face. It's like he's determined. But he, like I say, he didn't go out, like a punk. He went out like somebody who was determined to make this happen
on his terms.
That's exactly his terms. Anybody else, it's like, no, you ain't doing it to me for on your benefit. I'm gonna do it on mine. This is mine, bitch. Don't fuck it up,
Dude, but I loved how they were able to make it work with the humor side. When everything goes quiet, when freaking Thor obliterates his head, and then he just falls, and and then the horse, his army, they all follow Lubu to the grave, bro.
And
And
homeboy, the one who is
yeah. Well, like I said, I mean, let me just take this away and then I'll give it to you, bro. Dude, it was funny and hilarious at first, but then when they're like, "Let us go with the thunder."
look, look, he's crying. Look, he's sad, he's crying, But when he tells all his battalion, let's say, let's follow our lead. Let's follow our leads. I was like,
Follow our knees and let us go with the thunder.
Look, I'm like this. I'm like, okay, Lubu is a tough motherfucker. Now you motherfuckers are about to get yourselves wiped out like a fucking snap. And I mean, I understand what you're trying to do. I understand what you're doing. You want to kind of go out like your homeboy. Thing is, I think he earned it more than y'all do because y'all didn't have to do that shit. I mean, y'all feel like we got to go out with a blaze of glory too. Like, motherfucker, you didn't have to do this shit. Y'all had, look. I understand y'all. He was great to y'all and everything. Y'all didn't even do that shit. But when they did, they realized, like, okay, it's on their terms. It's on their terms.
Even red hair. Even the horse, bro. Even the horse was like, "I'm gonna go with you. Like I'm going down. Like I want to go down in history." And even the horse, bro, went into battle. And it's like I said, man. And that's what I like about this anime because you can do all of that and make it work. And it's comic relief and it's drama and it's stupid, but it's fun. But it's fun.
That's it. It's fun. That's why I feel like it was such, like I say, because I didn't expect that to happen with them just charging in, they did his, cheerleading squad, everything lined up. But when they went in there, it's like, okay, they're about to get wiped out in just about a second, But at least they went out like their leader in a blaze of glory, and it was on their terms, and they feel like, hey, I don't want to live knowing that I could have died with a grateful death. I'm like, okay,
or doing nothing.
Right, exactly. Not doing nothing. All right, go. I mean, that if you feel that way, go ahead. But I feel like that was more humor than anything than Lubu because Lubu, at least he, achieved that. Them, he could have stayed.
Yeah, man. But like I said, it's like you said. You have to add that aesthetic. That you have to add that comic relief. You have to.
You do.
Especially with anime, dude. I mean, and come on, dude. Like and even Thor at the end, he shows respect to Lubu.
Yeah.
Like he shows respect and he says he goes like that, he puts the hammer over him and he looks at him, he looks in the sky, he's like, you know what? This was a fucking good fight.
Mm-hmm.
And he even said from a mortal of all people.
Same.
And and he even said, "This is for my friend Lubu." When he kills them all, when he kills the rest of the army, this is for my friend Lubu. And like, oh, dude, and like it's like I said, but I like the fact that they add everything into it, and they don't take it too seriously. They don't take it too seriously.
Right, that's the thing. If you take it way too seriously, it's just like, okay, it's Because I mean, even once they defeated Lubu, the horse, his group and everything, then they crack, all of them. Even let them crack and they disintegrate. Even the Valkyrie that was part of the sword, part of the weapon.
Rangers.
They go in it, and Brunhilde. Yeah. She pretty much explains the goal, that once they are pretty much atomized like that, when they crack and go away, they can't be reborn. That's it. They're gone. They're done. That's it. And as much as you want to cry, as much what you might want to be sad about, it is so bad because you do have to have, like I say, because Gold is crying. She's upset. Like, oh God, how are we going to save it? What are we going to do? Like, We get it. Yes, we know. They're
Dude.
gone. And he's like, oh, my sister, she's gone. My Valkyrie sister is gone. Like, yes, she's gone, but don't trip. I mean, there's still a lot of things that's going to happen. So that moment needs to happen in order to see that, okay, what happens next? What had just happened. It's a relief knowing that it happened, but we have to move on.
And you know what? And Brunhilde is a ruthless bitch too, bro.
Brunhilde
is a dude. She's like, you think we're gonna beat the gods by crying our eyes out?
Mm-hmm. Because even when Gold says, did you just say fuck?
Yeah.
I was like, yeah. I mean, it's like, and she actually, and this is another part of the humor for this character, the comic relief. He said, we might have to look at your language when you talk and everything. It's like, what the fuck you talking about? Dude, this ain't the time to be talking about, courtesy of your language. I mean, if she's pissed or say she's going to say her piece, don't worry about the language. Think about what's going to happen to humanity. You get the hell out of there with that shit, But
exactly.
that humor is needed to kind of die down from the series that's going on. But yeah, dude, I mean, but yeah, then they show that text where it says, the fight that just happened, Thor versus Lubu, and
it was they showed the what do you call it, the panel. They showed the fight panel.
Oh, that's right.
It was a fight panel on who's gonna fight who, and dude, if anybody who's watching, I know there's only 2 people watching supposedly, but this is this is my new tablet, so I'm breaking it in. So I'm pretty sure there's more people than just 2 people watching. But I'm gonna say this, man. Holy fucking shit, King Leonidas! Wow, I was like, go ahead. I told you,
but see, I swear, when I saw that, I was kind of like, oh man, are we gonna see this? But I was like, damn, dude. I mean, because the lineup when they show him and
it's vague. It's vague. It's very vague, right? It's very vague.
But when you see it, it's like you see the like, really, and then you see the other names, like what? It's like, and I swear, you wish you could see these people in action the next up, but that's just what's coming next. Is just whet your appetite to what's coming later on.
Dude. And remember when I told you, I gave you a little bit of a spoiler before you saw the whole thing. I said, all I'm gonna say is King Leonidas is gonna fight.
Say,
all 300 just went into my head right away. Right. 300, like fucking King Leonidas is a fucking savage, dude. He's a fucking savage. And then who else? And then there's Raiden.
Yes. And
then Shiva's gonna fight in season 2 next year. Season 2, Shiva's gonna fight. And then Buddha.
Yes,
dude,
Buddha,
right? Like, dude, they're. I mean, dude, Anubis, the god of the underworld, Anubis, DJ Anubis. If you're watching DJ Anubis, Anubis is gonna Anubis.
And I think wasn't Hades on there too?
Hades and who else? Hercules. Jack the Ripper. Jack the Ripper. I mean, dude, so many other like freaking people. Who's another one? Like all these other well-known people from human mythology also. But dude, I saw Anubis. He said Anubis. I was like, dude, Anubis. Imagine if who's Anubis gonna fight? Like, I would be like, who the fuck, dude?
Question, right?
Anubis is the fucking god of the underworld. The Egyptian god of the underworld, bro. Who the fuck can beat that motherfucker? Like, seriously.
That's why I say it comes to the question, because it's like, y'all really, I mean, I'm talking about the creators of this show. I was like, y'all really must got a lineup where it's like you're gonna take somebody who's gonna take on the god of the underworld. He or she better be somebody who's a formidable opponent, because even I'm thinking like, oh, look, Thor and whatever, yeah, but I don't know. See, and that's what kind of whets your curiosity more, because it's like, I want to know who the fuck this is going to be, who's going to stand toe to toe with this person, because it's
Dude,
like,
you saw it, bro, and I know you saw Anubis, right? You saw Anubis in there, right?
Yeah.
Anubis, I'm like, dude, who the fuck can they get to fight the fucking god of the underworld? Who? Like who? I mean, you know what I think? I think it's gonna be Anubis and like Leonidas.
Oh shit, that would make perfect sense.
I think it's gonna be King Leonidas versus Anubis, the Egyptian god of the underworld. I think, dude, that has to be.
That I was gonna say that would be that would. It's like I say, we'll start off the second season with Hercules and Jack the Ripper, but then the next fight would be them coming up totally. I mean, that man.
Well, like I said, but anybody who's watching, trust me, DJ Anubis is gonna be up on this motherfucker. But
DJ Anubis,
yeah, we're gonna have to wait. We're gonna have to wait probably till maybe late 2023, because remember, season 2 is barely gonna come out next year.
Mm-hmm.
So they're working on season 2 right now, and we already know it's gonna be. It's gonna be Buddha, Raiden, and Jack the Ripper, who are gonna fight for the human side, and it's gonna be Shiva. I think it's another. There was another one. It was Shiva and Hercules. Shiva and Hercules, and I forgot his other name. It's another one, but they're gonna fight for the gods.
Right.
And but now let's get to one of your favorite ones, bro. Yes. Zeus versus Adam. Adam, before we clarify everything, people who are watching it, man, Adam is the quintessential image of God. Hey, what's up, Eric Glasgow? What's up, brother? Glad you made it, man.
All right, what's up there, Eric? Hey, I see you next year, brother, too. You hang in there, all right?
We will see you next year.
That's what I'm saying.
Yep.
Look, our boy, Mr. Sci-Fi Century, will be at G-Fest next year. So you give him them hugs, man. You give him that praise, please. Yes.
Yeah, man.
Look, honestly, we three need to take a photo op too. I have to say. I'm just saying.
Exactly. Yeah, man. But sure, man. But now, like I said, we gotta jump to this so we don't have to do a pull up. We don't have to pull a 4-hour motherfucking all nighter, man.
Yeah, but I know. I mean, they could leave that, but I mean, yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah, but we just get in. We call it okay, cool.
But I was gonna say, Adam is a total reflection of God. He's a total perfection of God because he's the first man. Yes, and even I was thinking, like, okay, they picked Adam for this. It's like, yeah, he's real skinny, but he's got abs and everything. But I'm still like, he's gonna go up against somebody. But the thing is, with Zeus wasn't going to be the first contender for him. He was going to be the one.
It was going to be Shiva.
Shiva was going to be the one, four-eyed person going to go toe-to-toe. But Zeus says, no, this is not going to be yours. And
I'm sorry, no, you're going to say it. This next match is mine.
He says this so calmly to Shiva, because she was like, he's because he said it before when he was watching Thor and Lubu earlier. It's like, I haven't had this kind of fire in millions of years. It's millennia, So he was ready. He was ready to do this.
Yeah.
But Zeus said, this second round is mine.
Wow.
Very calmly. He said, look, I love how he says it. He didn't say this second round is mine. No, he said, he's like, on him. And she was feeling, he said, the second round is mine. He says this 3 times. I'm just like,
You sound evil as fuck, Walter. You sound evil as fuck when you say
that's how he sounds. He says like, second round is mine. Yeah, what's up, Dave?
What's up? Severio, Vinci, what's up, bro? Severio, man, hey, what's up, bro?
Okay.
Severio, yeah, look right there, Walt. Look what it says. Okay. Did someone say G-Fest?
G-Fest, G-Fest, baby. Yes. I'm a veteran, so if you've been there before, if I see you, yes, gotta hook up with you. And like I said,
hang out, bro.
Sci-Fi is gonna be first time. It's like, yes, it's gonna be a good time.
We're on our way, man. We're on our way. Already got our reservations. We already got our reservations done. I got to get a surgery out of the way. Everything is smooth sailing from there, and we'll be at G-Fest, man. No, nothing's gonna get in the way. Nothing's gonna get in the way this time, bro. Nothing.
Right. So,
but go. Keep going, man.
You now have to wait.
You made that shit look.
I think that's really no,
but that's the thing. Look evil. Hey, Walter, I know you're the coolest, calmest person in the world, bro. But the way you said it, bro, that was you sounded like fucking Hannibal Lecter.
but see, that's the thing. That's exactly how Zeus was presenting himself. He wasn't showing himself as a bigger threat, but when he says those words in that calm manner, that let me know that Zeus ain't somebody to take lightly. Nope. He's saying this round is mine. Yep. I was saying, okay, I'm ready to see what the hell he's going to bring to the table here. And when he goes out into the ring, the announcer says, the God of gods is coming here. Then we see Zeus get his incredible hook on. He just sprouts the muscles. I'm like, okay, I guess I spoke too kindly about this man. I'm thinking this is an old fart, ain't gonna do shit. Okay, I guess Incredible Hook has got something to benefit from. Okay.
He's gonna try to go. He's gonna try to. Hey, man, but
you can make it, brother. Don't look. It's always the next year, though. But no, you'll enjoy it though.
Hey, bro. Hey, Severio, man. We can see you, bro. Hey, man. Thank you for joining the stream, bro, and stopping by But yeah, man, for sure. Because nothing's gonna stand in my way, dude. I'm gonna try to go. Everything, God willing, everything goes good. And like I said, I'm not. I don't want to say, like I said, I don't want to say no. I don't want to say never. But yeah, everything's good. Everything's good. And
I say this: put the positive vibes out there. It'll happen. I'll say that.
Yeah, exactly, man. But keep going, man. Keep going.
But to get into, like I say, Zeus is a form of event, and when you see him come out there and does his incredible Hulk thing, everybody like, wow, he hasn't done this in a long time. The guys have to say, damn, what the fuck, So when you see him, he's like, okay, what advantage does Adam have? Adam ain't got no chance against this guy. He pretty much meat pancakes in this moment with this.
Exactly.
With it. So when Zeus decides to say, well, let me just get rid of this, done this quick, let's get this over with.
Yeah.
He tries to throw a punch at him, at Adam. And of course, what does Adam do? Duck, cover, and takes them same damn moves and knocks Zeus on his ass in a settle, just knocks him out like, and people are like, did that just happen? Did this motherfucker, this Alan just knock this god out? No, that's not possible, and we come to find out, Broomhill comes to explain, there's a reason for this. Adam is the first, he is the reflection of God. He is the reflection. Yeah. And what he's using is divine intervention. Or is it divine reflection?
No, the divine reflection.
Divine reflection, that's what it was. Divine
reflection. Dude, that's a sick fucking move, dude. That was sick because replicates everything. Replicates everything.
Mhm.
Zeus, even Zeus is bewildered. He's bewildered, like, how the fuck did this fucker copy my shit?
Yeah. Because
And
he didn't think that's
yeah,
possible. It's like, this is a wimpy. I mean, he ain't wimpy, but he's like, you know, he's healthy and everything. But he feel like, oh, this person can't do nothing to me. I'm a god. I'm a god. Damn it. But he sees him, and remember, and that's all I know. I totally forgot something. He has those brass knuckles that's combined with
oh, the knuckle dusters, the knuckle duster. He has the
yes,
knuckle duster, dude. And then it was it was Regenleif. It was Regenleif, the Valkyrie. Remember, anybody who's watching, the Valkyries have to be a part of these humans, because there's no way any human could be able to fight a god
right.
without the power of a Valkyrie. So,
Maybe
but dude, when he gets a knuckle duster, bro, he gets the knuckles, like, he's like, this will suit me perfectly.
Mhm.
And everybody laughs. Even Zeus laughs at him. He's like, "Are you serious? You just got
Yeah,
brass knuckles? I mean, get a sword or something. Get a fucking get a ball and chain, or get a fucking a battering
something
ram."
like that,
But
you know.
yeah, but you got knuckle duster, and then he calls. That's when he tells Zeus, "Oh, don't worry, Gramps. I'll go easy on you."
Right. I mean, the funny thing, Adam is not cocky. He's very humble. But he's telling him in no social fun, like, I'm pretty much going to dust you, Grandpa. I'm pretty much
Yeah,
going to do that. You know.
yeah.
So,
I hate to do it, but I'm gonna smoke you.
you know. So when he,
Yeah,
so
keep
when
going,
he,
keep going.
but no,
Elaborate,
when
elaborate.
he, the next time he's like, well, Zeus like, wow, I think I haven't had something like this in a while. So he say, okay, I'm not gonna put on the soft stuff now. I'm gonna put on the good foot here, and I'm gonna just like regulate some punches and blood, And he's doing all these fast moves and everything, and Adam is just like, yeah,
Bobbing and
all
weaving,
right, Bob and
and
weaving,
ducking and
okay,
rolling.
yeah,
Yep.
just prior to, and just a little after this, Zeus says, well, he's going to do something that he feels is going to be beneficial. He does this little tap dance moment, which I
Oh my
feel is
god.
so hilarious. He does this tap dance. I'm like, what are you getting your soft shoe moment here? You're doing this tap dance. I'm like, he thinks he's going to do something to him, and he doesn't do anything. And Adam, Adam does the same damn thing. He just like replicates it, and then just like bam, So he's like,
Exactly, dude.
I'm like, dude. I was honestly, I'm thinking at this moment, it's like, okay, the humans have a chance, have something that's going to happen that's going to make this worthwhile and everything. Everything's going to work out and everything. But again, this brings me back to where I said don't underestimate Zeus, because Zeus has things under his belt where he knows that he can probably do something that's going to benefit him more, to where he can take Adam out. But Loki brings this up beforehand. He's like, now Zeus is doing all these things, but this is also actually damaging him, making himself bigger, stretching his body and everything.
Yeah, yeah,
So he think
yeah.
he may not have that much longer.
It's taking a toll. It's taking a toll on him.
Right. But the
Yeah.
thing is, Zeus has, like I say, he has something in his back pocket where like I said, I'm not getting ahead of myself, but he's has to figure out a way where, because he feels like he knows that the way he's reflecting everything off him, Adam, he's like, I got to do something where I can just take this guy out where he can't catch it. It's like, it's almost timing. It's all about time.
Yeah.
So this is, I mean, after all these moves he's done with him and everything, and whatnot. And I should make the backstory, but I mean, I think we can kind of skip about the Adam and everything, because
Yeah.
it'll take up a lot of time. The fact of the matter is, Zeus goes into his final form, the
Adamus
form.
Adamus, yeah.
And I'm like, he's going. I mean, it's past Hulk stage. He's going into total rage mode now, and he knows that this is all about timing. This is all about dealing with time. So he feels like if he does this, even though Brimham mentioned about Adam having divine reflection, she does, and I think you mentioned this to me. He used to be somewhat of immortal, but he's immortal now. He's human.
Yeah. So he was immortal. He was immortal, but remember he decided, like him and like Adam and Eve, him and Eve, they decided to descend to descend to the realm of the mortals, and they gave up their godhood.
Right. So
he still, like you're saying, he still has those traits, but now that he's mortal, his body's not as durable anymore.
Right, and it can't regulate anything. And this is something I think Zeus knows. So he knows when he throws all these punches, someone starts to notice that Adam is kind of he's kind of like burning up in terms of his face, because you see his face.
He's overheating. His body's overheating. He's overheating. Right. Yeah.
And it's like, oh shit! I mean, his body can't regulate all this. And the moment that really centers it hard, because we see Zeus when he's in his final form, he's bleeding from certain because Loki said, he ain't got much more time.
Yeah.
That moment when a speck of, oh God, I mean, it's kind of hit me. That speck of blood from Zeus's body lands in his eye.
Yeah.
That cornea. It's like, fuck. I said to myself, damn, man, you serious, And then that's when he had the advantage over him in some way or another, Yes, thank you, bro. Thank
you, bro, man. Yeah, we're, like I said, man, this is one of our more active, even though it's not that many people, but this series was so fun, man. It was so fun that it's straight up bonkers. It's bonkers, but it works.
Yes.
But keep going, man. Keep going.
But like it's kind of try to finish it, because I don't want to put too much time. But the fact that blood gets in his eye, this gives Zeus an advantage. But at the same time, he's still throwing these blows. But Adam, even though he's kind of wounded in a way, what he grabs Zeus's head. Zeus's head. It's like, I got you now. So now he's still, able to, fight him. But at the same time, both are actually, kind of getting kind of loose and kind of running out of energy, because
they're breaking down. They're both breaking down.
Especially Zeus. Zeus is. I didn't realize Zeus is breaking down his butt.
Yeah, his body's starting to separate.
Mm-hmm. And
the blood is coming out, like blood is coming out of his pores and everything, because even Loki said, he's like, man, he said even the old man doesn't have much time left.
Yeah, it's weighing on him, but Adam is, he's holding his own, he's doing his thing, he's his cheering, his family is saying, Dad, you can do it, Cain and Abel, say, Dad, you
Cain and Abel, dude, Cain and Abel. And I was like, what the fuck? Like when I saw that, dude, I was like, that's Cain and Abel? I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm like, oh, see, now they're going biblical. So now they're going biblical, and I was like, "Oh, dude!" I was like, because I saw when I saw this, because I saw it in Japanese. If you want to see you want to see the real good, the best part, see it in Japanese, man. Because I saw it in Japanese.
Okay. I think yeah.
But when I saw it in Japanese, though, they didn't give reference until later. I saw it on the American style, where I saw no subtitles. It showed Cain and Abel, and I'm like, "What? It's Cain and Abel?" And I'm like, what the fuck? But yeah, anyway, keep going, man.
But no, he's getting his cheering from his family, and Eve too. They're doing all these things, and it's almost done, And you think like, okay, Adam finally does knock Zeus on his butt. You know, he's not out, but he's still knocked him out. He does this pose, and you say, okay, he won this, but this is the moment when you realize that he did what he did, but he has gone with the wind. He died doing something that he did. You know, he did die. And the funny thing is, this is what brings all of the humanity, all the humans together, realize like, okay, here's the perfect human that was, and he was able to step toe to toe with this god, and he died not sad, because you see it on his face. He's like,
smile. Yes, he died. He died with a smile on his face. Yeah,
it brought these people together. It made them realize, like, you know, all these nations, all these creeds, all these, you know, we fuck up and everything, but he died not letting himself be beaten down, knowing that he did do this, but he didn't die, you know, sad. He was happy. He was happy that he fought this person, you know, and it brought them together. And he, like I say, his family, they were crying, they were sad, you know, and everything. Even Gold, she cries like, "Oh God, he if this person could take him out, you know, it's like when he dies, like, what's good with you?" But the thing is, Adam held his own because he wasn't somebody who was just going to, you know, let himself feel like, okay, I fought this person, but I wasn't going to feel like I'm on die screaming sad or anything. Like, no, I fought a good fight, and he did that. You know, that was the thing.
It was, man. Like, see, I thought he won. Like when Zeus went down, I thought he won, but then he was still standing. He was still in that pose, and I'm like, that's not right. That's not right. And then Zeus goes and tells him, "Oh, Heimdall," because Heimdall's the referee. Heimdall is the referee, and Heimdall's like, "Oh, it looks like Zeus is out. It looks like Zeus went down first." But then he's like, "Wait," and then Zeus tells Heimdall, he's been dead for the past 45. He's been dead for the past 2 minutes. So he died. He had already died, but he was still fighting when he was dead.
Yeah.
So he was still fighting. So I was like, wow, holy shit. And then even Zeus says, look, Zeus is like, you know what? You were one hell of a fucking human.
Mm-hmm.
You fought to the very end. Didn't falter. Didn't whatever. You fought to the very end.
See, Zeus even had to recognize and give him his cred. He had to give him his status, knowing that, yeah, you might have been a difficult motherfucker. I might have won the round, but the fact is, I gotta give you credit. I gotta give you that.
Yeah.
You know? Even an anonymous being like him had to say, yeah, you earned that. You know,
he's all.
See,
and I give you props, man. But like, you know, yeah, man, it wasn't heartbreaking. Well, it was kind of heartbreaking watching, you know, Cain and Abel. They still, even though they were crying, they're like, hey, our dad, he went out the way he wanted to go out.
Mm-hmm.
And see, but that's what I'm saying, man. It makes it all work, which is so good about this anime, about this series, man. And like Eve, you know, it's just funny though, bro. Seeing his ass cheeks hanging out, bro, when he's fighting Zeus, bro. I was laughing my ass off, dude, because like motherfucker's ass cheeks hanging out and everything. He just has a little freaking leaf covering his junk, and I'm like, come on, dude. I mean, but it was just that you could tell what was it's like, of course it was planned, but it was something that it just worked. It worked, man.
I mean, because I feel like if you take something that's been around for so long, and it's like, you know, it's like, oh, we're gonna use it this way. They make it work where it doesn't seem like overblown, but at the same time, it's like, yeah, I mean, I feel it works this way. It works well with this kind of topic, you know, and like it does. It works great, you know.
Oh yeah, man. But like I said, I gotta go to the restroom real quick, dude. So
okay.
Get prep. I mean, just tell everybody what we're gonna get into right now, and I'll be right back. And we're gonna get into Kojiro Sasaki versus the god
Yeah,
of the sea,
that
Poseidon.
is really, yes, I will do
That
that.
one's gonna be good. But I'll be right back, man. I'll be right back.
All right,
People who are watching, just keep them updated, man.
people. Hey, it's my voice channel, but I'm a co-host, and trust me, I'm somebody who's making it worth your while, you know. But yes, we're going to get into the next fight of this series, and I gotta say, talking about it, just to get kind of elaborate something on here. That's one thing about these fights is so interesting, is that they're able to take these three fights that's in the season, but also make them where we get a whole backstory on these characters, where to be the gods or the humans. And I love that. I love the fact that they're doing it that way, you know, and it's crazy though, man. The fights in here, you always think like, okay, we're going God against mortal. Human beings, they ain't got a chance. No, because on the sideline, Broomhilda, she and her Valkyries have got something where it's helping the humans out to defeat, you know, hopefully defeat the gods that they're fighting. But, you know, I mean, like I say, the next one that's coming up, you know, Kojira, you know, I always want to say kaiju, but it's not Kojira or Gojira, you know, it's Kojira. It's Kojira. Anyway, him and Poseidon are going to be next. And before all that, we see that Broomhilda and Gold are discussing who they're going to pick for the next opponent in terms of the mortals against the gods. And the funny thing is, they picked the gods have Poseidon, and they do a backstory of Poseidon, and Poseidon is this arrogant fool. You know, he's this real arrogant individual who thinks, you know, that he's not.
All right.
Poseidon, I mean, let's be honest. Poseidon, he thinks he's so, you know, Poseidon is that. And when we're doing I was telling the backstory about where Brunhilde was talking to who he's going to pick to fight Poseidon, and they pick Kojira. And when he does appear, they say, this old guy, I think it was Gold. Yeah, Gold said, this old guy, he looks like he's older than old, you know?
Yeah.
And when when someone accidentally knocked over, I think it's Milk. I think that's what it was.
Yeah, it was Milk. It was Milk. Yeah.
Is knocked over. He, without even trying, takes his sword, his katana, and just grabs the pitcher and manages to grab every drop of that milk without it hitting the floor. And then he takes a sip of it from the pitcher. I'm like,
yeah,
okay, that's an old man, but this old man ain't no dog that ain't got no good tricks. You know, he's somebody who's formidable too, you know. Yep. And as I mentioned before, when he going up Poseidon, we get that backstory with Poseidon that he's one arrogant bastard. He's look, we know cocky, we know you know, this and that. No, he's a cocky asshole. He's an asshole. Poseidon is. You think, and he's the brother.
Thinks he's above everything and everyone.
Right. He's the brother of Zeus. But man, I didn't realize how much of an asshole he really is, because when he's in them, when they're in the fight, just kind of jump ahead, just get this little tidbit out the way. When he's talking, the gods are cheering him on in that moment where he's up against Kojira, he does this. He does this. He's like, "Will y'all shut the fuck up?" And they go, because they cheering him on, but it's dead silent, like, shut the fuck up. He said, y'all are nothing but shit stains, you know?
Wow.
Yep. I mean, he doesn't say that, but I'm like, that's the impression, because when he turns around and it's like,
nothing, and he says nothing but fucking shit stains.
Yeah, I'm like, shut the hell. He's just like, shut the hell up. And they all like, Okay.
They all get quiet. They all get quiet. They're like, they say, "Oh,
Yeah.
he's staring at us. He's staring at us." He's like, and he just goes, "Bunch of shit stains."
I mean, he
It's like,
really see. You would not think a guy would just turn because someone's cheering him on, cheering him, getting him riled up. He's like, I don't want that. I don't need that. Don't do that. Keep your ass shut. Sit your ass down. I got this. That's basically what he's putting out there. So, but that's just during the fight. But that shows how much of an asshole Poseidon is, and Poseidon is really coming off like that. But
he's a ruthless motherfucker, bro. He not only is he, just to speed it up, because this one is a longer one, especially when I go back to the backstories. It's a longer how do you say it, dialogue and everything.
Yeah, it is like I say, backstories and whatnot, right?
Yeah. But he killed his own brother, bro. He killed his own brother in cold blood, dude. Killed his own brother. He's like, and he says, we are above everything. We are elite. We are what do you call it? Omnipotence. Nobody should even know about our existence. We are all. We are everything. And he also is a ruthless motherfucker. He's a ruthless motherfucker, dude. And even Zeus is intimidated by him.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and they all said that Poseidon is he's one of the most ruthless of all the gods.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, because he thinks, like you said, he's above everyone. He thinks he's above everything.
Because, like you say, when you mentioned that speech before, it's like, you saying all that, dude, but it's like, that's going to be your downfall when you saying that stuff, But I would think, like, the way he says, it's like, okay, maybe he's not going to be, he's probably going to get, he's going to be defeatable. He's going to be undefeatable. He's not going to get downtrodden by this human being, but we wait and see. But yes, he really does. Because when he killed this one god, it's like, yes, this is how it has to happen. I was like, wow. And he didn't blink when he kills that god. When he does it, it's like, outie, that's it.
Because dude, like I said, Poseidon, even in mythology, dude, Poseidon, even though he's Zeus's brother, but he commands the seas. Like he's the ultimate god of the ocean. So, and what I like about that part is that they elaborate on it a little bit more, and they say, okay, do you know what? Poseidon is just like the sea, unforgivable, unpenetrable, doesn't care about nothing. The sea doesn't care about you. So why should you care about the sea? The sea doesn't care about nothing. So it's like they bring that aesthetic. What I like about it, like, also they bring the mythology into it, which is cool. They bring the mythology into it, and then from there we go to Kojiro, because they show what. I think out of all of the whole series, they show the most about Kojiro, like the backstory.
Yeah,
they show the most about Kojiro, and remember, Kojiro was just a normal kid from Japan, was learning how to be a swordsman, a samurai. It was the Meiji era. No, it was the feudal era. It was a feudal era, and like I said, to make a long story short, because this, trust me, if you watch this series, the part about Kojiro and Poseidon is one of the longest ones of the series. It's one of the longest ones, but like I say, anybody who's watching, like they make Kojiro, he's an ultimate underdog. He's the ultimate underdog. Like he's
called the biggest loser.
Yeah, exactly, the world's biggest loser, and then people, when you watch it, like Walter did, you watch it. People say, yeah, he's a loser, but I mean, people may say he lost on purpose. He lost on purpose to be able to learn how to be better. He wanted to learn. He was strategic. He was cerebral. It's like, okay, you know what? If I can do this and this and that, to touch it up, I can beat him. I can beat you. I can be here. I can beat this person. I can beat that person.
And I think that's what you call a misdirection for the audience and the people he's going up. He feel like it's like when he says, I surrender, but no, he's actually learning every little nook and cranny, every trait of what they do in swordplay. And it's like, it's like they say he's the biggest loser, because even one of his opponents in the audience, because the son tells Dad, it's like, Dad, yeah,
Musashi Miyamoto. Remember, Musashi Miyamoto is a real person in real history, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Musashi Miyamoto. I hopefully I'm saying it right. It's like I know it's Musashi. It's Musashi, yeah, it's Musashi. And he even like and they do clips back and forth when he's fighting, and he's like this guy killed fucking Kojiro in a duel.
You're right.
And they're there in the, in other words, like I said, let me reference this before, like I said before we go further. That Colosseum actually that's Valhalla. That's Valhalla.
Oh, okay. See, I don't know. Okay.
Yeah, that's Valhalla where everybody goes. So that's why when you see Musashi and they add a bunch of other characters that Musashi had fought and beaten. Mm-hmm. So that's why I'm like, and it goes into the whole historical aspect of feudal Japan and the samurai. So see, that's why I love this. That's why this is my favorite, because I loved it so much, because they did the references great, and they did the references almost to a T. You know what I'm saying?
Because I think this is the reason, like you say, why I do it so well and why I do it so long, because since it is an anime and it is being done by the Japanese, I feel like, well, we have to reference that history of our culture with these real people and put it in there, because you notice how they talk about Adam, but then they talk about Lubu, even though they whatever they do go to backstories on them. But this one is more, I think, more richer, more, potent, more, in depth about what he's, because they mentioned how he went up against certain people. And like I say, the guy in the arena, I can't say it, I'm not going to put his name, but he mentioned how he fought against this person, he fought against that person, but he always lost. But the thing is, knowing that he lost, it was uncanny to him, because if he's losing, why isn't he even here? That was his strategy. He's losing to learn from these opponents how to beat them, and it's so great how they go into that that backstory with him time and time again. Each episode shows a backstory with what he was doing here, backstory with what he was doing there. And it's such enriching knowing that they do that. And I feel like that's probably why it's so longer than the other backstories, because you see it lasts all through to the end of the series, with them talking about him, how he got to where he is, and how he's a master at pretty much doing quantum physics in his brain. How I'm going to beat this person, how am I going to do this, with this move, yada, yada, yada. And it's just like, oh man, I mean, because he says, when he starts to fight Poseidon, he's like, oh, I saw you killing me like 500 times already. I was that many damn dudes? I mean, you already saw him kill you that many times? I was like, but that's how he calculates. His brain is like that. It's like a sponge, and it calculates every single move. And people, like I say, still think of him as a loser, but it's not so much a loser motif. He's really gaining knowledge for how he's able to defeat these individuals, whoever it might be, future-wise and everything. And it's like, that's to me, that's so killer to me, because like, this is why I say this fight with him and Poseidon was coming up. It's like, oh shit, this is going to be pretty tough, but how's it going to be? Because when they finally do meet, they just sit there, and when they first meet, and when it goes off, that episode ends, they just standing there looking at it, and Kojiro, he just kind of like, how am I going to do this?
He sits down in front of Poseidon, and he says,
Yeah.
But he said, but one thing that I did reference that I figured he was gonna either win or almost win was when he said, "I'm not dying today."
Yeah.
He's like, "I'm not dying today," and then he says, and he even goes like I said, he says, "Oh, I got those old aches and pains." Like, oh, and he tells Poseidon, "Hey, go easy on an old man like me." And but he's saying that to fuck with his head. He's saying that to fucking get in Poseidon's head, and Poseidon doesn't even look him in the eye.
Yeah.
Like Poseidon doesn't even. Poseidon's like, whatever, and then until like you were saying, Kojiro like goes through all these scenarios of being killed in his head, that he finally figures out, okay, you know what, I gotta go low and go up close to him, and then that's what he does, and this is where even go like before referencing to that, before we get right into the battle. Hrist is the Volinder, the Valkyrie that Kojiro uses.
That's her name, Chris. I thought it was okay. Yeah, okay.
No, it was Hrist.
Okay.
Yeah, it's called Hrist, and like I said, that's all Norse. That's Norse. What do you call it? Pronunciation and all that stuff. From like whatever. But he goes in there. And he's calculating, seeing that he's even saying, like, if I go toe to toe with him, I'm dead. So I have to think. He has to think. But then he has that big ass sword, and he's like, well, you know what? I'll just surprise him. Now surprise him. He goes. Then when they start the fight off, he fucking cuts off some of Poseidon's hair. Because he gets so close, and then Poseidon finally looks him in the eye, and then Kojiro says, so you finally see my gaze. And that's where Kojiro's like, okay, I'm gonna get with this mother. I'm gonna get in his fucking head. I'm gonna get in his head.
Yes.
And like, yeah, dude. But then you know what? It's like anybody who's watching, right? All the homies watching, man. This is a long fight sequence. It's a very long fight sequence, man. But it's like they show Poseidon's true power. Like they show his true fucking strength, dude. And even Ares, his nephew, and Hermes, and even Zeus, and the Brunhilde, Gol, everybody's watching. All of the Musashi Miyamoto. They're all watching on the sidelines, and they're saying how even they say how the fuck can he fight against a god like this?
Especially an old man.
Oh man, yeah, and he's keeping up, but the thing is, what people don't realize, when I pass it back to you, Walt, Poseidon hurts Kojiro in less than 2 minutes into the fight.
Yes.
And then Poseidon looks at him and says, "You really think?" He looks at him and says, "You really think you can even like? You think you can even contend with me?"
Contend with me.
And then Kojiro's like spitting out blood. He's like spitting out blood. He's like, "Oh shit, I didn't see that." And he says, "You're nothing but a clown." He calls him a clown.
Say.
And I'm like, and that this is where I was like, "Oh, it's getting good. It's getting really good. It's getting really good." And I was like, "Oh man, let's keep watching." And then
but the thing is, Kojiro actually said to him, I actually anticipated or kind of put my skills to you, like I say, so many times to you, and that's what tripped me out, and knowing that he already, and this is just before he gets, because he said, I didn't see that move coming, but I've seen you make a move on me so many times, it's like, but he didn't see that coming though, he didn't see that particular move. Because I was like, oh shit, he got, and to me, I want to watch more, but I thought, okay, this is it. I was thinking like, well, it's over. He's done. But nope. He's telling this back as my, I still see that movie, but I still not gonna. I'm falling on my back, but I'm not going out like this.
He played off of it. He played off of it.
That's what it was.
He played off of it. And he says, okay, so now I know what to do, what not to do. And then like even I think it was Heimdall, or it was the narrator said that he said that if Poseidon can't match his speed, because Kojiro's fast with the sword, he's super fast. So Poseidon couldn't keep up with the speed. So he said, okay, well, you know what? I'll use brute force.
Right.
So we did, and then that's where we go more into the story about Kojiro, man. But like I said, we gotta make this quick as possible.
I know.
But but no, not as quick as possible. But
I know
we'll
what you
break
mean.
it down.
Yeah,
Yeah, we'll
break.
break it down when it's done. But man, when they start getting into more how Kojiro started training harder, faster. Started like he started fighting everyone, but he was the reason why I love this part is because Kojiro reminds me of myself. Like he always wants to better himself. He wants to keep making himself like pushing limits. He pushed his limits, and that's why like this series, this last series got to me because well, you know me, Walter, dude. You know me, dude. You already know how I am. It like that I was one that always pushed my limits, always wanted to be better. And when I saw this, man, I saw how hard he was training and working. I was like, man, like this, I love this shit. Like I was like, fuck. I went from okay, really liking this show to loving it, and I'm like, man, I understand how it is. I relate to this stuff. And you go ahead.
But that's the thing, and that's what I feel is so a thing about this particular fight too with this character. He's somebody you can relate to. He's relatable.
Yes,
Somebody
yes,
feel like this is how some other people like yourself. I mean, you feel that notion knowing that I can relate to this person because he doesn't just like take a back seat to just doing just this and just allowing that one particular aspect in his life work like that. Because that one scene where he kills a bird, takes out a frog, I think, and I think it was someone
yeah,
when he kills the bird, I think he missed. But then when you see it has been sliced, it's like, wow, he's gaining more momentum in learning his skill set, and either and like I say, he say thank you for this moment, and this is
yeah,
what adds on to more of the times when we see his backstory, him getting older and growing and going competition with these other people, how he learns, because all he says is like, I surrender, I surrender, but it isn't to surrender what he's going up against the person he's surrendering because he's trying to see how he can mathematize like a mathematician, think on how he can actually, because he says this constantly, how could I defeat this opponent? How can I
yes.
do this? He grows, he keeps
Analyzing.
going. Yeah,
He analyzed. He analyzed everything.
he analyzed every nuance of what he's doing.
Nick, every nook and cranny, bro. Every nook and cranny
Everything.
about every
Yes.
little thing.
See, look,
Even no,
you
I'm
can
saying.
literally.
No, I was gonna say, but like you said, he wasn't a brutal person. He wasn't brutal. He killed when he killed. Like, every time he killed a bird or he killed something, he says thank you. He says thank you. He says forgive me for what I did. He says I need to survive, but he says I need to survive. Like
Yes.
he taught himself he taught himself how to be
He
better.
basically disciplined himself. I think that's what it was.
Exactly. Yes. And no, but keep going, man. Dude,
But no,
Walter, Walter, you're on a fucking roll tonight, bro. Keep going. You're fucking turning
I
shit
said I'm
up,
gonna bring
dude.
my A game, man. Yes, I mean
Fuck,
no,
dude.
that's the
Let's
thing.
keep going.
I feel that he literally was. No, in fact, I think they say he is. He's a human computer.
Yeah.
He's mapping out all things. He's taking every little whatever against, and I ain't gonna say against, but saying what would be better in order to defeat a certain opponent. Because, like I say, they say he's gone through the years from kidhood to adulthood, even further on, not taking out, but learning, fighting. He say it would be an honor, and he even told his one of his senseis, it'll be an honor, if I have this fight with you. And with it, and if you remember the very first time we see his flashback, he goes to his the dojo,
Yeah.
and he fights the instructor. He fights the instructor. He's like, like the instructor's like, "What are you gonna do?" And he does these things, with him, and he's like, he takes him out real quick. But it's like he does it with ease, though. And the time when he took out, not took out, but when one of them took one of the sword, one of the wooden swords, and he was going to strike him. He just puts his hand up, and it's like stops it. You know, or they just hold it down. It's like he's like, how did he do that? You know, he is learning from the get-go, from other past events, from other people. And it's such an incredible thing knowing that, yeah, he's losing, but he's gaining at the same time from these different opponents, what he can use in his own methods in future events from any other future opponent. And it's it's just crazy. It's just, my mind is just like on fire here, because the simple fact is he's making it seem like the name, the world's greatest loser. But the thing is, that's just a name he was solidified.
They gave him that name.
They gave him that name, but it's really not. It's a
metaphor. It's a metaphor.
Right. It's a metaphor for what his purpose is. He is probably one of the greatest swordsmen out there, and people don't really realize it because they see him surrender all the time. But like, no, he's gaining more info, more, talent, more from all these people from past events, and making it his own. And the thing is, that's the thing I love about this. He appreciates what he's learned from these individuals.
Yes, and he's grateful.
Taking advantage.
He was always grateful. He always said, "Thank you, thank you." He would tell him, "Can you please give me this battle? Please give me this fight. Like, please give me this fight." Remember, he went to all these guys like, "Please, can you please give me this fight?" He would go up to him in respect, say, like, "I want to fight you," in respect.
Yes.
Dude, and that's why I love Japanese. That's why I love Japanese culture, bro. That's why I love Japanese culture. And it's like the Japanese, like all of us, rather I'm Mexicano, you're like I say, you're black, you're my brother. I'm Mexican, I'm Mexican American. All our cultures are vibrant and knowledgeable and beautiful. But man, they're rich, but it's like, but man, like, but this whole thing, man, like this whole thing about him, like he took pride in losing so he can learn to be better.
Yes, that's the best way to put. That's the best way. He took that pride, knowing that he lost, but knowing that he gained so much from it. And the thing is, he has such a smile on his face. Yes. You know it, Pimp Daddy Kaiju, bro. You already know us real good, bro. Especially, like I said, I have a warrior mentality because I lived it. I've done it. I've been there. I know what it's like to. Daniel's very familiar with that.
I know what it's like to lose. I know what it's like to win, but losing is fucking. It sucks. It sucks. But you learn from it. You learn. But it's like, like I said, this series, just as part of Record of Ragnarok, at this part, it was almost philosophical in a way.
It was very,
and that's why, that's why I said, like, people are like, oh, a lot of people don't know about Record of Ragnarok. But when I told you, Walter, watch this, I said, watch this, bro. Every single aspect of everything, and you're like, okay, I'll give it a watch. And you even told me at first, before we get back to the battles, because the battles kind of went. We'll get there, but anyways, when I asked Walter to watch it, Walter's like, oh, he even said it's a slow burn, but when it started getting into the real shit, like on the mythology about Lubu and about Adam and about Zeus, about Thor. You were like, oh, this shit's getting interesting, because that's what brings us in. It's the story that brought us in.
Say.
You know what I'm saying? And then like I said, and like, trust me, the reason why we'll be able to get through this last fight quicker is because this last fight actually was very one dimensional.
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah.
It was one dimensional on Poseidon's side because Poseidon did the same thing
That's
over
what
and
I
over.
was gonna say because
Yeah.
because Poseidon is like we see him, we see he's being this really and not even cocky. He was just like, you know, I'm Poseidon. I'm this god. I can take it. I'm complete. He says that same line when he killed that other guy, but he's saying the same line again. It's like, and he's saying like, "Who are you?" Against me. It's like, well, I'm pretty much somebody who's going to pretty much take you out if you don't watch it. Keep watch your mouth, son. But no, his arc is one dimensional, whereas
Thank you. No, go ahead, go
but
ahead.
no,
Read it out, Walt. Read it out, Walt.
fact is the simple fact. No, the simple fact is that Kojabo, his journey, his story arc is so enriching in that we see that this is something a reflection on anyone who's in the human race wanting to do more and showing that, yeah, I might die doing this. I might, go out, with no hands and feet or anything like that. But the thing is, I am going to put all my knowledge, all my wealth, all my time into doing
Everything.
this.
Everything. Yep.
Because he says, well, it would do no good for me to surrender because, you can't do that. But as you said before, I'm not going to, no, he says this before this. He says, it would be nice for me to win one time.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very freaking much. Oh my God. You said it right there, man. You said it right there. You said it. He had never won, ever. He had never won.
That's the thing.
He had never, ever won. And then, like I said, Walter, you're on your fucking A game today, bro. You're on your fucking A game, dude. You're on your A game, bro. And you know what? When was it? How long has it been since we've been really passionate about a fucking stream like this? It's been crazy, bro.
It's been a minute. It's been a minute, but I think that's the thing about this. I think that's why I'm so on fire, kind of like with some of the characters, because this especially this fight is so passionate. It's such a driven thing for anybody who's realized, like, you're the underdog.
Underdog, yes.
But
yes.
Since you're an underdog, you give no fucks about the fact that if you go out because you did it. You did it on your time, your money, your whatever. You are doing this. And if you do win, at least all them years of practicing came into play. All that which you build up in your life has come to this moment.
It wasn't for nothing.
It wasn't for nothing. It was for something. And that's why I feel that, like I say, we're getting back to the story in a minute, but that's why.
No. Actually, we're doing good, bro. We're only at 2 hours and 18 minutes, so we can clear it out.
Okay. That's the thing about this, man. He Cope, man. He really because like I say, the first time I watched this, a while back, it's like, okay, I see. But as I've mentioned before, I don't think I really watched it. Because when I watched it the second time, I realized, like, this man, he is somebody who has gone through humble beginnings, through thick and thin. And he, like I say, he graciously lost to whoever he fought to. Yeah. But it was such a benefit for him that he didn't make it seem like it was a defeat in his mind, what he learned from these people, And I feel like that was such an enriching thing because it's like all that your time wasn't for nothing. That's the thing.
Damn right. Kaiju Pimp Daddy, damn right, bro. Damn right, dude, man.
I didn't think I was going to be this on fire. I'm sorry. I really didn't, but yeah.
Dude, that's
the thing too. He was like Kojabo. He was so on fire he's such a passionate person, knowing that he didn't allow himself the loser aspect, the title that he's been given, show that's his persona. He was something more than that. And I say to myself, and knowing when he finally says that it would be nice if I won something for once, it let me know
Exactly.
it would be nice too, because I would love to see that, I would love to see, knowing that all the work that he put in, because that's the moment that you see it in the final resolve, and the people too, more than the human, his past, past opponents.
Yeah.
They see all the moves that they've given.
Losses. All the losses. Yeah. All the losses. All the moves that he learned from everyone that he lost to. I mean,
Yes.
I mean, trust me. Anybody who's watched, trust me, man. The reason why it's so easy to talk about this last fight is because Poseidon was so one dimensional in his fighting style. Am I right or am I wrong?
No, he's because he
No, no,
because he
no, no, no.
feels like he.
Poseidon did the same thing over and over.
Mm-hmm.
He just, what did he do? He just used his trident.
For
He never
Trident.
he never changed he never changed anything up.
He never
When,
adapted, basically.
exactly, he never changed, and he thought that, oh, I'm gonna overwhelm him, and he was like, Kojiro was almost like, dude, he was almost like getting to the point. Fuck, this motherfucker's drowning me. He's drowning me in nothing
Yeah.
but freaking. He's drowning me in what's it called, in just over bombardment, man.
Right.
And
Because you
and
see him when
Kojiro,
he's doing all this and this, it's like he's like overwhelmed, but he's keeping up.
yeah, but that's when he said, well, fuck, man, this guy's, I'm drowning. Even Kojiro says, I'm drowning. I'm drowning in this motherfucker's rage, because, dude, Poseidon went buck fucking wild on this motherfucker, dude. And
Yes.
but see, like I said, sure, he Poseidon was already too confident, and he was one dimensional, and that was a lead to his fucking downfall. He was one dimensional and was too cocky, too overconfident, and then, like I said, man, we trust me. Like, anybody watching, man, trust me. This was a long sequence, man. This was a long episode, so we couldn't break it down. We couldn't break it down in pieces if we wanted to, because it
They
was so
really
one.
good.
Yeah, it was so one dimensional. But what it was is that they would bring up Kojiro every time something happened. Kojiro, they brought up one of his backstories on how he did this and that, and then, like I said, like, we'll make it quick, and we're gonna say this, man.
Mm-hmm.
Kojiro used every single move that he learned from every single person he fought on Poseidon.
And and the people in the crowd recognized it. They say he's not doing that. He didn't do this to cheat. He didn't do this. They say he's honoring these individuals.
Yes, exactly.
He's honoring the moves. He's honoring what he's learned from them. He's not, like I say, just taking it just like, oh, so they do it. Like, no, he's taking that and saying, I honor you individuals, because you taught me so much more than you might ever think, because, like I say, the son of the guy that kills him, he's like, you died, you could have taken him out, but it's like, boy, he said, shut your mouth.
He told him, look, son, you don't understand about Kojiro.
Mm-hmm.
He lived for fighting. He lived not only for fighting, but he lived to learn, to be better, to improve. And remember, man, but he almost broke. His spirit almost broke when Poseidon broke the sword. Remember?
Thank you. I was going to say thank you for bringing that, because that needed to be talked about. That needed to be said, because if we don't say that about that, I was like, dude, it's but his spirit almost seemed like it was going to die, but he picked up his spirit and that piece of sword. He's like, no, not today. And you see what happens. He took both pieces of the sword, and they became two. And as Broomhill mentioned,
oh, dude, oh my God, that was,
since she said, since his Chris is a dual personality. One, because we saw earlier that she was kind of like soft on the inside, but crazy
Brutal
on
on
the
the outside,
inside.
but brutal on the outside. Yeah.
So it was natural for two swords to be coming out of this. Two
Yep.
personas come out of this. So when he merged with two this time, it's like, okay, maybe this might work out. Maybe this might come. Even if he didn't win, it's like, I'm still going to go for the goal in terms of what I might do to win this. I might win.
And I'm sorry. And remember, bro, Musashi fought with two swords.
That's what killed him. See, that move we saw in the backflash. Backflash. Flashback.
When Musashi, when Musashi killed Kojiro, he killed him in the duel.
He did it like
two swords. Yep, two went like this, two swords, and he, dude, and then I think in his mind he said, okay, this is how I gotta win. I gotta look outside of the box and not focus on what I'm doing and change it up. And he evolved. He was evolving even in this fucking fight. He was evolving.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's just like you said, like we said, Poseidon was one dimensional. He was nothing but one dimensional. He kept doing the same thing over and over. And what did Kojiro do? He worked off of that.
He did. Because because Poseidon, you're a god. You have this strength. You have this overpowering, power. But it's nothing without some kind of adaptability, trying
to exactly.
Because that's the whole point of the match.
Yeah.
Whatever look, what Zeus and Thor did before, they were able to adapt to something new, do something different. They did that. All you're doing is the same song and dance shit, and it's like, that's all you got. You see, this man is changing up things. Now he's got two swords. You don't see this as a issue right now. You don't see this as a problem. You don't see this. I mean, you literally see, because you're a god. You're a fucking god. You don't see what's going on, dude. Do you not see this? I'm sorry. I'm just like, you don't see what's going on. He is adapting. He is changing things up. He has years of experience, and they're coming out, and you don't fucking see this. I'm like, dude, come on now.
Thank you, Walter. Everything you're saying, bro, is how I'm feeling right now.
Yeah,
everything you're saying is how I'm feeling, dude. It was, it's like you're saying, bro. Like Poseidon was going one dimensional and keeping sloppy, while Kojiro was evolving.
Mm-hmm.
He was evolving. And then, like I said, now we're gonna get to the part, dude, when they get the dual swords, man. Honestly, and I'll tell you, it's they're called dual swords, but I know, because like I said, I love Japanese culture. I have a fucking tattoo. I have a fucking samurai tattooed on my back. I'm gonna say, check it out. He has he got the katana, and then the smaller one is called the wakizashi. It's called the wakizashi. So he had two, and then right. Remember right when he got the both swords, he looked at a Musashi. He looked at Musashi with he used the sword as a mirror, right? He used the sword as a mirror. He says, doesn't it bring back memories, huh, Musashi? And then Musashi was looking at him. He was like, Musashi's like, yep. He's like, I know what you're thinking. I know what you're thinking. Mm-hmm. And Musashi's like, do it. And even Musashi and all the guys told Kojiro he's the number one. He became the number one under the sun. Number one under the sun. And you know what that means, under the sun, because Japan is the land of the rising
sun. Right. Yeah, exactly.
And they call him, you are number one. And they all said, you are number one under the sun. And that's when they start pushing. Even Musashi, he swallowed his pride.
Yes.
Musashi, he swallowed his pride and said, do it. You're better. You're the best. Do it. Mm-hmm. And dude, like shit, like, even I'm getting into it. Like I'm telling you, dude, it was.
he finally saw in him what he hadn't saw before, but then he realized, like, oh my God, this is what it was all about. He was never this yeah, I might have killed him, but shit, he really was the number one swords player in all of this. All of this. He wasn't somebody you just push over the side. No, he was truthfully an excellent swordsman. And it's like, oh my God, because he kind of it was kind of humorous when he did it, but
crying.
he was kind of
Musashi was crying.
He was crying.
He was crying. He's like, you're doing it. You're gonna fucking do it. You're gonna do it. You're gonna fucking beat him.
And this is where I think my moment in feeling how this was going to end, because I figured he may not beat him, but Kojiro was going to go he was going to do the final blow.
He was going to go. He was going to go all the way because we're off of 2 losses. We're off of 2 losses, and Adam almost won. Lubu Lubu knew that he was fighting the most powerful of all of them, you know. But Adam was so close. He was so close to winning. Here, I honestly thought that Kojiro was gonna die. I thought that Poseidon was gonna do something. He's gonna kill him. But then this is where it comes. Like I said, we're gonna break it down, people, because we don't want to stay on too long. We're gonna break it down real short and sweet. Check it out. I'm pretty sure, Walter, you saw all those videos I made before we even did this we're doing this live stream. That little song in the background, that little music, dun dun dun.
Yes,
dude, that's why I love it, because when that happened, I was like, no fucking way, because Poseidon was already you know, I'm gonna kill this guy, but then Kojiro just he. Remember that part when all of the people that he fought, all the people that believed in him, they brought him up from the water because he felt he was drowning. But they grabbed him and said, "Oh, Kojiro." They said, "Kojiro says, we believe in you. Keep going." And then that's when the music comes, dun, 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 and then slices fucking Poseidon's right arm. And then Poseidon catches his own arm, crushes it, grabs the trident side, and then gonna go right down. And then you see Kojiro slice again, boom, chops off his other hand. And then, okay, keep going. Go on from there. I don't want to take it off. I don't want to take it off.
He does disarm him, literally.
But
when you think that when he does, yes, when you think that he did that, he's like, okay, we got him, we got Poseidon. But we see in the next shots, Kojiro did way more damage than we thought he did.
Oh, yeah. Oh, shit, dude.
Because it can kind of go silent for a second when he cuts his head off. But then when you see his whole body, Poseidon's body, just go in chunks.
Yeah.
I was like, holy shit.
Fucking beautiful. It was beautiful, dude. It was beautiful.
Dude, I'm telling you gotta forgive me I'm sorry. This moment, I don't know why, but not for him, not for the fans, I literally start to cry. I literally cried at this moment when he won. Not the fact that he won, but after all his patience, after all his humbleness, all his, just the fact that he went knowing that he was titled the biggest loser, all this, and people, I said to myself, he was never a loser to begin with. He was somebody who actually had the talent, the motivation, the gravitas to do what he can do.
The drive.
And I don't know why, but I mean, for me, seeing on second viewing, I couldn't help it. I literally cried. I shed tears in that moment. It was just that moving, I mean, this is an anime But dude, you think about it, it's an anime that's actually bringing out some real genuine feelings for me. And I'm thinking, I'm telling you right now, it takes something way, and I'm like, even at my age, it takes something a lot stronger to, make me cry. Looking at that moment, I was like, I'm crying over this. But then I thought, I know why I'm crying over this. He's an old man who deserved this moment. He deserved what he's driven himself to do all his life. And even at the death and coming back, he got something that he never thought was possible, or maybe it was possible, but he finally got it. Recognition on the win.
Yes.
And we got that. Dude, I couldn't go back to tears, man. I couldn't.
Dude, and you're so right. I didn't cry, but I felt like even remember when he was like that, and then Poseidon just his trunks just fall apart, and then you hear the horns, dur, 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 and then you saw Brunhilde's face.
Yes,
she was like, they were like, and Cole's all like they're like, dude. I was like, holy shit. It was like, dude, because I seriously thought that Kojiro was gonna die. I seriously thought he was gonna die.
He falls over, but Cress catches him.
Chris catches him
before he falls on his back. Say, no, hold on, Kojiro, hold on, because he doesn't die. He's tired.
Yeah,
but
well, fuck,
he grabs him. It's like, man, this is the moment that just, like I say, this is his moment. And I like the dude. I really can't say too much more because it's such a driven moment. It's such a happy moment for him. And even the people on the side who he's gone against, they say they recognize this is a true warrior. This is a true man of his craft.
Yeah, man. That was, like I said. That's why this last, like I said, this scene with Kojiro, man. It touched me like mentally, because like I said, like the way I think, the way I've done shit, the way I lived my life, the way I've done stuff, and I understand because I've pushed my limits. I've pushed my fucking limits, like past my limits. So it's like when I saw it, man, it's like I didn't cry, but I felt it was a for I don't know why, dude. I'm even telling like I'm telling people, even people who's watching, I was like, I felt relief for the guy. I felt relief for the guy because I'm like, man, thank God he didn't die. Thank God he didn't die again. He didn't get he didn't get his head exploded, or he didn't die. He didn't what do you call it? He didn't die from a fucking heart attack.
Right.
It's like he in other words, he was the quintessential example of an underdog. Try your hardest, do your best, and you can fucking win. You can win.
You can go for it, man.
Like a Rocky story.
You know what? It's funny you say that because that's exactly the thing I was thinking about. I was thinking about the first Rocky, and that's exactly what he was. He was Rocky. Rocky didn't win, but he got that recognition. He got that noticing that, yes, I didn't win, but I got something greater out of that.
Yes, man.
Yes.
Dude, it was like I said, man, and what a fucking finale it was, bro. What a fucking finale it was, man. And that's why, because like not only that, because we're homies and stuff, but we've been talking for a long time. It's like you tell me, like when it's like you tell me when I tell you, is like when you recommend something to me, I watch it. When I recommend something to you, you watch it, and you're like, and then like I remember you told me, it's like, bro, but I remember you said, dude, the last fight was fucking wow.
Right.
And you, I mean, you're not a big anime guy, but no. I guess because of me, you've become more of an anime person.
Yeah, little by little, because it's like I can see why, especially why you or anyone else likes it. and get your mindset knowing that, okay, yeah, it's an anime, but it's an enriching anime. It's something deeper than just what you're watching. There's a point of why they put these, philosophical and just kind of just basically that, philosophical meanings, metaphors to be presented to you, because it kind of reflects. In fact, I ain't gonna say kind of. It reflects human life. If you think about it, look at Japanese. Well, really, look at Eastern philosophy. It kind of reflects. It's a good example of reflecting on human society, and they do this so well. Whether they be Japanese, Chinese, Korean, they put so much emphasis, metaphors, whatever, into whatever art they put into, whether it be film, whether it be animation, whether it be song, you feel this being on there, and it's bringing to you, let you know that, okay, they're not just doing this for, enjoyment, it's enjoyment, it's enjoying, it's something, I can get into, but they're doing it because it's a reflection on us and kind of helping us to say, hey, you don't have to just always being a burden or whatever related to any of these things. And knowing that you can have this drive or whatever to do, it's such a beautiful thing, man. And like I say, watching this anime and any anime, it's there. It's there. Something there it's something there that just say, hey, it's something great. I mean, it's probably more emphasis and more adjectives I can use, but for me, I just feel it's just that kind of thing. It's something that's just a motivating kind of thing, and hopefully people just don't take it away as saying, "Oh, dude, it's not all that. It ain't all that in a bag of chips." Look, I can see things much clearer. As Flavor Flav once said, you can't see what I can see. You're blind, baby. You're blind to the facts. That's the thing. There's more facts in there than you might think there is.
Exactly, bro. Exactly, man. And it's true. I mean, it takes those outlooks on real life that it gives a history lesson. It gives entertainment. It talks about the story. It talks about history. It talks about the stuff that made people great, which is push yourself. Push yourself. You want to do something. You want to be better. Do it for yourself. Do something for you. You know what I mean?
Don't do it because I'm telling you right now. You do it for somebody else, it seems hollow.
Exactly.
You do it for yourself. You realize, like, no. I mean, I can show myself, because we all know our own worst enemy is always going to be ourselves.
Ourselves. Yeah.
Every time. So you want to prove something to somebody? Prove it to your damn self.
Exactly. Be the best you can be for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Be the best for you. Don't do it for anybody else. Like you said, you want to be something great. Do it for you. Don't do it for nobody else.
Be the best, whoever, whatever. Because in the end, dude. Yeah. Well, hey, that's exactly it. He said it. Exactly.
I mean, you just like you said, you gotta like see it's stuff like this, man. Before we get to like the final finale, which is going to be very short because it's not much. They don't show much. They want to give us more so we can think about it, but then they don't give it to us, and we have to wait. We're gonna unfortunately have to wait till 2023. So, but anyways, it's like, I mean, like it's something that this is what made people great. This is what this is why we love anime, or we love film, we love movies, we love what we do, we love anything entertainment. This is why we do it, because it's inspiring to us, to especially people who've gone through shit like we have, like me and you. We know what it's like to lose. We know what it's like to be down and out. We know what it's like to be at the bottom of everything, but it's like but it's something like this that inspires people. It inspired me, bro. It really inspired me when I saw Kojiro when Kojiro was fighting Poseidon, and it gives you that kind of, this is okay. Like, it's saying, like, you know what? Even though we fight against gods, we can still do something. We can still do something better. We can still improve ourselves. You know what I mean? But like I said,
you can stand toe to. You can basically say, "Hey, the odds are against me," but it's like you don't give up. You know?
exactly. As fucked up as the human race is, and we all know it's fucked up. Not all of us are fucked up. Not all of us are fucking fucked up. Like and then like I said, now that we get to the finale, because, you know, like me and Walter can get emotional. We keep talking about this last part, because it was so. It was very emotional, and it was satisfying. It was gratifying and satisfying. But now, like I said, now, like all good things in this world, all great things, they all have to come to a end. So it's like, but I'll say this: when Goal was looking for Brunhilde, who was she talking to? She was talking to Hermes.
Yes.
In the background, she was talking to Hermes, and I'm thinking, like, fuck, you know, is he a part of this? Is he like, does he want to get, you know, does he want to see them do that? And then here we go, the next round 4, Hercules and say it, Walter.
Jack the fucking Ripper.
Jack the fucking Ripper, dude. I'm like, holy shit, dude. I'm like,
and here's the thing about that: the humans are like, they picking this guy to represent the human race. What?
Yeah.
You know, he was a killer. You know, it's like, how? No, but there's a reason for that, though.
And what did Loki say? Loki said when he looked at Brunhilde, he's like, oh, so not only is she ruthless, but she likes to play dirty.
She's like, yes. In
other words, what he was saying is that she's going to all lengths to win.
It's how basically, as Malcolm X once said, by all means necessary. That's basically what she's doing, you know.
And Hercules,
because I'm gonna tell you right now, with Brunhilde, you know, I knew she had something. I mean, I knew there was a side about her, but when she told Goal, he say, if you don't shut your mouth, I mean, if you don't shut your mouth and crying and everything, I'm gonna probably have to kick your ass. So just that verbatim, but
she said,
break his little head.
She said, Goal, if you don't shut up, I'm gonna have to wipe your head clean off.
Yeah, I mean, she says it so good. You thought Zeus was kind of evil, saying she says it really in a psychotic way. You know, she says it nicely, but you know, but yeah, she is totally going against the grain. She herself is someone who's thinking outside the box.
Yeah,
and this is probably why she's choosing Jack the Ripper, because even I'm thinking Jack the Ripper, you know, but and he said, and they say Hondo says, you know, he wanted Jack the Ripper wanted these fight to be set in the setting of old London, and I'm just like, wonder why. I wonder if that's an advantage for him. If that's the case, then because he's going up against Hercules. I mean, Hercules, I don't know, but
you saw how fucking huge and powerful that fucker looks.
Yeah.
Jack the Ripper is tiny as fuck, and Hercules is Hercules.
I mean, true enough, Jack is in his drip, you know, looking all, you know, fancy, but it's like, dude, this motherfucker is pretty much all muscle. He's pretty much all brawn. And you cut women up and everything, but what you gonna do to this guy? I mean, if you got something that we don't know, okay, you know.
Dude, I look, man, and Hercules he's all tatted on one side of his body.
Mm-hmm.
He's like he when I saw him get off, he's ready to go, dude. He's ready to go.
He's ready to rock and roll.
Yeah, he's either Zeus or Ares. Zeus or Ares told him to kill this motherfucker. He's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna fucking do it. I'm gonna kill the motherfucker. And I look at Jack the Ripper and I'm like, oh my god, this little guy, what the fuck are you gonna do? What the fuck? But look what happened. They underestimated Kojiro. Look what happened to Kojiro. Look what happened to Poseidon. You know what I'm saying? I mean, look what happened, man. But no, but I mean,
I guess that's what they're trying to bring out in saying that these mortals are basically underdogs in their own right, you know,
yeah,
against these guys. Because remember when Broomhilda, you know, brought up the notion about Ragnarok, he said, y'all don't want to, but she said, I don't want to say it, but you're all freaking terrified of them, terrified of humans. So, and it makes you realize, like, maybe that's the reason why y'all don't want that Ragnarok fight to go through, you know? So it's like the challenge to go. So, but man, I feel.
Go ahead.
But I'm just to finish off this, like, that the fact is, from start to finish, she's pretty much saying that the gods, you know, you're scared. You know, you may not want to admit it because y'all so omnipotent, but y'all think because you're gods, you have nothing to fear, but I think you do. You just don't want to admit it because you created human beings, you created the species, but you might have fucked up and knowing that they could do a number on you more than you might think they can.
Yeah.
You know?
No, yeah, man. No, but like I said, to close it off, man, it was you know, like, everything about this series was great. I hope in 2023 next year when they release season 2, I think it'll be good. I don't think it'll be great, man, because like I said, we're barely at the big. They left off at a cliffhanger, not a cliffhanger, but it's going to be Hercules against Jack the Ripper. So, and then from then on, we got Raiden and Shiva. I want to see Shiva fight, dude. I want to see what kind of fighting style he uses. But
and I'm just curious, will will Zeus do another fucking saying replace him to the very end of this?
No. He's saved. I think Zeus is saving him because he knows that he's like their last trump card.
Yeah.
Because Shiva's a savage, bro. Like, if you like, I kind of like looked up into Hindu mythology, bro. The god. I mean, it's the god. What do you call it? The god of
war, or was it?
No. It's the what do you call it? It's the Hindu god of destruction.
Destruction. That's
Hindu god of destruction. So I'm like, and you see, we saw Shiva when he was pissed, dude. He fucking looked savage, dude. And I'm like, he's got 4 arms, 4 eyes. I mean, come on, dude. I mean, we don't even know what his real form is. We don't even know what it really looks like when he's really going fucking crazy. So, and that's
I love about these animes like that, because you think that the form that they have already is like that's formidable, but when you see them just spring into action kind of mode, it's like, oh shit, this is way bigger than what we thought it was, you know.
Exactly, dude. And but like I said, but anyways, well, when we get a chance to get to Record of Ragnarok volume, I don't know what volume, but it'll be season 2. We will keep everyone updated, especially on the Sci-Fi Society. But I wanted to get this. Me and Walter wanted to get this stream out of the way because I if anybody who's watching now or the subscribers that I know, I'm gonna have surgery in probably on the 23rd or 24th of next month in November. So I'm going to be out for a while. I'm going to be on the sidelines, and I'm going to try to see if I can get a Halloween special live stream out of the way. And it might either be Dracula, Bram Stoker's, or Bram Stoker's Dracula, or it might be Dog Soldiers. So Anubis, if you're watching, we'll talk about it to see if I can get it out of the way before I get into surgery. And but besides that, Castlevania might be we might have to wait till after I have surgery. But I don't want to say. I don't want to say. How do you say it? I don't want to jump the gun yet.
Jump the
But
gun, yeah. Right.
yeah. But anyways, anybody who was watching, I mean, like I don't have a lot of subscribers, but I have a lot of the homies, from MDA, from Sci-Fi Society, people, Godzilla community. For me and Walter, thank you, Walter, and
Always,
for
man.
joining me on this podcast, man. We really got down, bro. This is one of the ones that we were really like freaking into it.
We was passionate about it, man. I was more passionate than I thought I would be, man. But yeah, that was good, yeah.
And it was great, man. And like I said, anybody else who couldn't jump in, it's all good, man. Like I said, this was something I wanted to get out of the way because I just wanted to get there. I'm gonna have surgery, so I have other things to focus on, but I wanted to get at least one live stream before, like I said, before I have the surgery, and hopefully I'll try to get to. We'll try to get to either the Halloween special or try to get to Castlevania if I can get. And also shout outs to all the homies, to Lone Wolf Ronin, D Film Fanatic, Michelle Omni Blast, everyone from the MDA, from the Sci-Fi Society, Erica B. Everybody who,
it's for sure.
Everybody who supports the channel, everybody who supports my channel and supports, just entertainment in general. I want to thank everyone for joining me and my boy, my partner in crime, Jedi Granville, for the Sci-Fi Society Podcast Volume 8. Yeah. So we are going to be out. Thank you all for watching. We always keep it raw and fucking real. Record of Ragnarok, Season 2.
Out.
Kengan Ashura Season 2. We got all these stuff coming up in 2023. But besides then, if I don't make any streams besides then, but I'll keep everybody in the loop. But I just want to tell you guys, thank you for watching. It's me, Jedi Granville. We are the Sci-Fi Society, and we're out.
Yes. Shit.